Hey guys, welcome to the close. 2 hours to go in the trading session. We'll take you right through to 4 o'clock. It's been a bit of a quiet day so far, and maybe that's a good thing, coming off of one of the worst start to the year in a long time for all three U.S. equity markets. We mentioned this morning multi-month lows as we come off of January into February. But here we go. S&P 500 right now, yeah, pretty flat. Same story for the Dow. NASDAQ back to just 0.2 to the downside, but it has been a back and forth kind of day, really no significant direction to speak of. That being said, lots of opportunities in individual names. Here in Toronto, about 0.7 to the upside for the TSX. Brazil's higher. Crude oil back to the downside a little bit. Actually started the day quite a bit higher, so coming off a bit there for crude. Bitcoin and Ethereum also both in positive territory, so that's good to see. Yeah, energy stocks at least still having a nice day, even as crude comes back to the downside here. There's the materials group. Same story from this morning. A couple of individual groups leading the way here. Material stocks, energy stocks, consumer discretionary specifically. The travel names all in positive territory, looking pretty good. There's UPS. We're going to talk about UPS. Monster day today for UPS, all-time highs, 14.2% off earnings. Financials turning it around a bit here. The individual banks were not necessarily leading in the group early on this morning, but have definitely bounced back nicely here in the afternoon. Tech and CTLT rather, in the pharmaceutical names, having a pretty good day. Boeing there, 4%, coming off some orders yesterday. But overall, yeah, just positive, 0.13 for the S&P. Welcome. This is the kind of time of day we take a step back and say, okay, what did we do this morning? What was good? What was bad? What was kind of nothing? Because there was a few of those today. The market, as I said, pretty flat. We're going to start things off with a bit of a review today. As always, it is Neil going to tell us about one of his trades.
We're going to talk a little AMC today. Look, we traded it yesterday to the long side, but today, preliminary earnings and a 1.1 billion number get thrown out there. Of course, beating estimates, and year over year, up from like a 160 million. So you just knew there was going to be some firework action today, and you wanted to be on the long side of it. However, we're going to come in and early pre-market, we'll start with the 1 minute, because in the pre-market, you already had a ramp. 7 a.m., retail came in. It got bought all the way up to $19. So 17 and 19, you're already gapping up. Support in the afternoon the day before was at $14.60, and you're making almost a $5 move into 19 even. So at this point, kind of know we're going to be looking at buying the dips. So we have to go to the higher time frame as we usually do. And in a name where you had that bump down, you're starting to look at where the previous resistance was. And the first level was up here around that 1660 when we had that V shape. You're gapping essentially through everything, right? So the first area of resistance was 1660. On the way back down, we're going to be very, very patient. At the open, it tries to spike up. Not going to get trapped going long here off of the open. We're looking for the 1660 area. It does pop down one time, and just in front, tries to take out 17 even, and makes a consolidation. Like, okay, that's in front of our 1660. We'll try a 17 long. We get long. It pumps up to 1725, slams right back down to that support at 17 even. We get more shares. I'm like, oh, this is looking pretty good. And there was it's not an iceberg order. There was just a seller in that quarter range. It would get to 25, 26, and then just slam down 3 or 4 cents. It would get to 25, 26, and slam down. So somebody was selling shares there every single time. We put a tight stop in saying, look, if it's going to get sold off here, you can always catch a breakout if it can get through that range. But our level was 1660. So we're going to let it break this, take the stop, and just re-engage at the absolute bottom. That's going to be bottom wick pretty much right at that 1660 level. And then from there, it was work it into VWAP in case we held this consolidation. I was definitely thinking about what had happened around 1725 and then making sure I got some shares out thinking it could retest and do a little of that barcode. End up missing that reload there. We definitely take some shares out in front of 1725 in case that same seller is there. We took some more shares out in front of VWAP, and then it's about let it ride. Now overall, yes, you have a gap up, and yes, you're on the plus side here, but let's not forget, from that 19 high, you're in a downward trajectory. You've got lower high here. You got lower high off that open around 1790. So I'm still thinking it might have some trouble breaking out, and I'm going to get in front of 18. Right there, you're going to have a nice $16.60 to about $18 range. It was a good trade. The key thing is, you want to be to the long side. And this will happen when you get these big-time movers or heavily day-traded names. They just go in the pre-market. And sometimes they go so far in the pre-market that your only play is to be patient, allowing it to come back in. You couldn't really, unless you're in really early, you couldn't have even had that short. Very, very tricky to do it at that particular time of the day, it being AMC. But you had to be patient, pick the first level that came to mind, ends up holding like gangbusters. And guess what? I don't think AMC is done by any stretch of the imagination. We'll be back at that one probably in the next few days.
Yeah, a lot of range back and forth on AMC today. Down first, then we're back up. We'll see what happens here the rest of the afternoon. But AMC was on the watch list today, along with a whole bunch of other names that we'll get into right now. We'll talk a little bit about the levels that we came up to and a plan to trade those names. If you need the watch list, guys, that is the link. You can use the QR code there, or we'll have the link in the chat for you as well. The top of the list today was the EV group. I mean, we don't have to really spend too much time on this, but it's going to be a bit of, much to do about nothing when it comes to these Chinese EV names specifically. All of them out with delivery numbers as per usual within the first day, in this case, of a brand new month. Usually it's the first couple of days, but it was this morning. We got NIO, we got XPeng, we got Li Auto, all of them topping estimates, all of them much better month over month. It was XPeng that was leading the way here, but as I mentioned, kind of nothing to do, or much to do about nothing here for some of these Chinese EV plays today, including NIO, guys.
Yeah, NIO was a good one today. If you remember the afternoon show, and is that coffee or tea? A little coffee action.
Coffee action.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the coffee. I forgot to get my tea. I might have to do that in the afternoon show, which is now. But we talked about NIO in this 25 area. I think maybe it was yesterday's show. It could have. I'm pretty sure we did talk about it. Apologies if we did not. We certainly this morning were mentioning. Look at the resistance going into last week. Yeah, you got the wipeout bottom at 20 even, but look at the channel. And this is 24.90 here. But this little wick, we're trying to get past 25 at the end of the day. That's 25.15. So every time we've gapped up on these delivery reports out of the Chinese EV names, a lot of times they sell the news, at least off the open, right? Like the first move just shocks to the downside, and we've been on the other side of that trade, trying to go along a little bit too early, and this time it was set up for that pop and fade. So remember 25.15 on the 15-minute chart, because you come in and then right off the open, this is right pre-market. Here's your 25 break just after 9 o'clock. It dips back down, doesn't go very far, so the breakout's still good. And then it, right at the open, tries to take out that high of the day, gets to 25.17, so just past 15 and flushes. That's a fail break at that level on the 15-minute chart. You know the setup. It's a pop and fade. It's short the first consolidation right here in the 90s. And then it just dropped like a rock to 23.50. Now, there was double bottoms on this. There were bottoms on XPeng. There were bottoms on Lucid Motors as well. But we've just seen this sort of play out over and over again, where you get these good delivery numbers, and NIO's maybe weren't as great as XPeng's numbers were fantastic. Even Li Auto beating them, I think. But either way, it then retraces the entire range back into the upside. It's a weird one because I went bottom picking in XPeng and Lucid, but not in NIO, the one I was short. That's either a good thing or a bad thing, but in some ways, it's pretty clean, like that W shape that ends up getting made. You fast forward to right now, and I don't know why I have to do. There we go. You fast forward to right now, and we've actually pulled back off of those highs and bouncing off VWAP. So once again, they're going to be up on the day, but the story at the open is sometimes they just sell the news off. And it fortunately did give that setup that I'm always looking for. Pop, failed to break out at the open, and then sort of trap the breakout longs, and then you see the flush right into 23.50. So played out again here in NIO. That wasn't the only one moving today. I mean, all of the EV names were going. Like you could have, I mean, like we said, XPeng, Lucid, Rivian was putting on moves as well. So plenty of names to look at.
So I'll talk about XPeng in a minute. I went the opposite way and hit the longs on those stocks, which is fine. You could trade both ways, I guess. Okay, so shout out to Softy here. As Microsoft, like we said, if it was any other day other than AMC, this could have been trade of the day as well. I can review my AMC trades, but very similar to Neil's. So we just went short softy here. It's below the 50 period. I just wonder if the NASDAQ, I mean, we're still negative, but I really thought that we were on a march down. This is kind of barcoding levels. I thought that we would maybe on a break again, like look at the pattern, right? Up, then came down, then made these new tops, made a new bottom, retraced back to the 50 period, makes this bottom again, the exact same bottom, retraces to the exact same level again, then takes it out. So what I was expecting, of course, was the pattern to go again, which is just that simple. Maybe this is because I talk to my one-year-old all the time and it's pattern recognition. But down to the downside here, we'll see one-year-old, grade one-year-old. Yeah, okay, I don't have any ones that young. But
Something you need to tell us here?
yeah, no, I mean, I don't mind having another kid, but hopefully my wife's not listening. Okay, so let's go to the downside. Okay, so here we go. So what I was telling you, what I was just about to say, and I'll go over XPEV in a minute. I was waiting at 70 here on Microsoft, but you can see like that's right where this was, but we only went down to 74. When I had this trade. So we were waiting at 70 and we only hit 74. And right there, I was just going to tell you, I'm waiting at 80s and we just hit 82 there, 83, I guess. And now we pop back up. So a little bit of unluckiness there. Unluck on Microsoft. We will average in and then get out if we take out this level here, 40s or 50s, just to give you guys the exact one there. Microsoft 50. So a 50 break and we're going to be out of Microsoft. So there it is, an average in right there. 50 breaks, we're out of softy. So that's just an update. XPEV, so that's what we were talking about, right? Yep, EV deliveries. So good EV deliveries today, but this is what always tends to happen to that. So Neil had the short. We waited patiently for the long. I just wish I could cover up everything over here because when it came back up, we were very, very nervous. This was a great hold, like 34.80. First out, 94. Next out, 17. So that's already 50 cents. Next out after that, 40. So now you're at 60 cents. And then the very last out is $1, right? And then it comes right back down. We should have reloaded there again. It's nervous times. We get out again at the 50 period for another 50-cent win. So all in all, was a great trade for me on XPeng, but obviously should have left some on. And then I could talk about NEO here if you want to quickly, Brendan, but NEO, the same kind of thing. We took it, this was funny because we took it early and we're like, all right, here we go. We're going to break through 25. But that's why we don't take many shares there because I didn't even really notice it was a problem until the market kept falling down and we got into a level that we liked, 24. So there's our 24 take. And then we had to hold it even more against us as it just kept tanking. And then NEO out in here, but not as profitable as XPeng because we do have some ticks lower than where we got in, right? So that's what that is. Okay, Softy, there it is. Yes, wow, what a good trade. I mean, just like I say, what a good trade. I'm just like happy for the trade, not for the fact that we crushing this, but there goes Microsoft right there. And I'm just happy because we're really using some new techniques here, and that was a good one. So Microsoft all the way to the downside here, taking off this 50 period. And you know what? If you're not like adjusting your trading strategies as you go for each market, then you're not going to win in the long run. So that's what we're doing right now. I may take out another piece if this wants to go back in, but a nice little win there for Softy as it's right back into these levels. So like I said, I mean, you guys remember how I traded this thing yesterday? The trades aren't on here, but we were short early and then long later, vice versa. And here it is again, the same thing, where we were really favoring the longs. And now technically things are breaking down a little bit here, especially on the NASDAQ. So look at that. I just not made fun of, but I was kind of making fun of myself. Look at that pattern recognition, right? There it is again. Almost the exact one, up, bang, bang, bang. So right there on this, let's take another piece out here on Softy, and there it is, another one. So DJ Khaled is definitely in the building with another 70-cent win there on Softy. So now let's see what we do to the downside. We already have the short. We could not be happier. We'll review the hood trade in a couple minutes.
Let's talk AMC, because this was we'll go back and discuss this, guys. I just noticed 104 million shares right now at, 2:14 p.m. You got to go all the way back to December 17th to find the last time AMC did 100 million shares in a day. 7:13 this morning, we get this preliminary, I should say, Q4 results from AMC. They actually report March 8th. So mark that date down because it was a busy day today. So when they actually report, I'm sure it'll be pretty crazy as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes without saying. Certainly, it's good to get the volume now. We'll take any chance we can get. We want volatility. We want moving markets. I was not purposefully, but we were showing the trade for the morning. So what we didn't show was in the afternoon a lower high here at 1875, and then right back in. I actually took a long in a consolidation at 1720, and then just had a tight stop because that's not the level we're long in the morning. And if it comes down to that 1660, I think I just want to try to rinse and repeat it here. If it finds support, it just bounced off 1680. So maybe it doesn't get all the way down there, but it's still at 5%, still a strong move here. And it doesn't necessarily have, you know, the ridiculous short interest, but it's still a significant short interest. So when it gets going, you know there's room to be able to run. In perspective, you know, there's a lot of room if this were to actually, you know, find some juice for 2 or 3 days in a row, run to the upside. This is now third day in, probably why you found some selling at 19 in the pre-market, you know, 3 days in a row, bit of a pullback on that catalyst. But I'll be watching for a 1660, same level from this morning. I think we can rinse and repeat it, but not going to get too far in front of it like we did in this morning. You can't chase things too far. You got to go in front of where you're stopped, where you know you're wrong, instead of just wanting to be in at any price.
Man, yeah. What was that, Kscp or whatever that was?
And we're still talking AMC.
Oh, AMC. Okay, yeah. So we could talk about AMC, and yeah, I do apologize. I just put in the chat there, like I don't mean to be bragging about these trades. It's just like when things are working, I really hope that we can all sort of see this and then get better. And I always give credit, you know, to Neil here, to Arun, things like that for learning different strategies. And it's like I'm just really happy when things work out, and that's where that went. So we'll slow it down, but this is real money, you know, and I'm always going to be proud of like no negative months in the past like 30 months or more. I'll find out for you guys exactly. 13 years of no negative months as well. Like, I guess that is bragging, but I'm just trying to, like, you know, big up sort of what we're doing here and what we're talking about. So, okay, that's Microsoft. Let's go over to AMC quickly here. Yeah, look, I mean, very similar to what Neil was doing. Unfortunately, neither of us held it all the way, I mean, to these pre-market levels. So lesson learned. It was already up here. It was obviously, and I know why. So I have one out. So the reason why it doesn't matter, but I had one out there when it broke the low of the day, and then we just got right back in numerous times. So, but again, it's hard. And shout out to Niagara Charlie and a lot of the people that are on the chat as well. But it's hard to catch a falling knife on a stock like AMC because it just does have such violent moves down. Like, we were cruising here, right? Like, we have this long at 1720. It goes all the way to 1775, and we're just getting it up all the way. And then literally in the next minute or two, it cranked all the way back down. And that's where we started loading up again and getting some out, right? And then it broke again. So it was just pretty violent. But at the same time, it's also violent on the way up. So there's no doubt that AMC is a name that I'll continue to trade as well. And shout out to Rob right now. Like I said, you know, give him credit. There's Rob putting on here the AMC 8 because we know that that's motivational for a lot of us here trading that. And I'm looking at AMC right now. You want to talk about maybe making another deal or deal trade? We have 1680 right here as a bottom. That's the very, very similar bottoms to what we were talking about before in here of 1660. So, I mean, it's not that much different. We are near the bottom of the day here for AMC. Although the futures are coming downside, and yes, sir, Microsoft right now, Bruno. Yep, so we talked about Bruno right there. You know, this could be a long. I'm just a little nervous about the futures here, but AMC, I'm almost looking long if we take out 1710. So let's look at this 1710 level long. We've touched it a couple times, maybe 1711 to be exact. We will put that trade on. So if you smell what AMC's cooking, we'll go long 1711 right here on this name and then use this as our out. So we won't be here for a long time, but hopefully a good time.
I like
Pretty impressive on the volume for AMC today. UPS, a monster today. I mean, it was more than this at one point. It was more than 15% at one point. But still, all-time highs today for UPS. Getting above that 220 was pretty important on monster volume right out of the gate. After a blowout quarter for them, they reported in the pre-market this morning.
Yeah, this is just an absolute winner. UPS not always the greatest volume stock in the world, so we'll sort of get that out of the way. And it was impressive numbers. I mean, FedEx also beat as well. UPS, I actually thought it was going to find some resistance. So at that 220 high of the day, that triple top, and it could have been a breakout. At the open, it's always tricky because these names that don't do a ton of volume, the breaks have not been that great in the last few months, and that's probably saying a little bit lightly. So it's not, you know, it's going to sound like I'm making excuses. I kind of am. Like, it's just been staying away from breaks on thin stocks and looking for places to catch those dips. And when we saw that 220 when I saw that 220 on the daily chart, and we were chopping back and forth, we broke it before 9 o'clock, and then we were back and forth off that same level. Like, what I was thinking was, okay, well, if it fails to break at the top, just like NEO, there could be a reversal that came in. Now, great, it didn't happen, so I didn't get caught in a short because it never actually broke through the bottom or gave you a good setup there. The second 930 happened, it was just breaking the top. So, you know, we were able to get away from a trap, but definitely a long trade that got missed out on, breaking new highs. Going to say everything great about it. The report was fantastic. You can read the numbers in our free watch list there. I do want to get to, because there's a few things on the move, like you'll see that I am in a couple of trades from the morning. One I'm just holding on to, that Kscp, but the other one, Vinco Ventures. Remember 338 from yesterday, that high? Well, we were short in front of it this morning. We reloaded and then reversed to a long, and ever since it broke that 338 on Vinco, we've been scalping it long into that 350. I actually just got long again. Actually, 10, 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, off this 340 level right in front of VWAP, and they're going to be scalping it out towards that high of the day. And if you weren't here with us yesterday, you just had that nice little top at 338. You can also go back to the 26th when it flushed off 380, and then it had a lower high here right at the first half an hour of the day, and it was that same price, that 338 area. That's the reason for the long. Right now, VWAP even sits right there. So if it breaks that, we'll get out. Otherwise, we'll keep going, taking these long bounces on Vinco. I wish it had broken, and I kind of thought we were headed at least to 370. Couldn't quite get there, but there's still time.
Just looking, yeah, Ford, we did get a little bit into, okay, market, okay. Here we go, Softy, here we go. Breaking new bottoms, man. This is $1 now in the money and still making moves. That was talking about UPS, is that what we're on right now?
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah, okay, hard pass.
Not much to say.
Yeah, so we'll just go back to Softy here, Brendo, if you don't mind. Microsoft right now, I'm going to hold this, man. We're breaking new lows here on the day. Microsoft also breaking, so I'm really happy with this reload. Ape Nation not working because AMC is going to the downside. And then, do we have Robinhood on there? Maybe we'll talk about Robinhood. Now, let's just quickly talk about it because we're in it. I tweeted something out today, and if you guys want to, you follow again. But almost 29. Thank you guys. Almost 29,000 followers. That definitely means a lot here. Hopefully, this is not the market, by the way, as we slide down here. But yeah, this is what we just tweeted out earlier today, just now, actually. What can I zoom this in? Should I change this to like San Francisco here because of Green Bay? Okay, so patience. Today we waited for Robinhood to give us the top, right? And so we don't, oh man, I didn't even tweet out the times here, but we can do that now. If we go look up at Trader TV Sean, you can find all of our socials. I think it's hashtag socials or something, or $sign, no, exclamation mark something. Brad knows everything. But anyways, here it is. We waited very, very patiently until Robinhood came in to us, and then we just found a level that we could short, very similar to yesterday, where my trades aren't here, but Robinhood the same time, basically, right around noon, gave us a short. We did have a short on yesterday here, and then we put one on again right here against that top. So today it was actually even easier than that because as it's motoring, like honestly, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about, and we'll go, awesome, because again, not bragging, it's just this is the risk-reward situation where we have 14 cents. And thanks again for this. This is a show, right? So we could sit here and just be talking heads. That's boring, I think, anyways. That's why we have the Market Mover Show, talk about other things. But look at this, 1470, right? My out was literally going to be, what am I short at, 68? My out was going to be 75. So we give ourselves 7 cents worth of risk plus sippage. Let's call it 8 cents worth of risk to take all of this, where we're now in the money 27 cents. And we've even taken pieces out lower than this and had a lower number, right? So that's where the risk and reward comes into fashion for me. And it looks like we should have got out of some of the softy there as we double touched that bottom, but we're still well below. But maybe if we take this out, we need to get out here and just celebrate 70-cent win. Let's put another order in case we get this down here at 305.25. I feel bad giving some of this back, but we've already cashed in a little bit there. So let's keep our emotions out of this and just put another bid down here and just play off of what we see technically here on Softy, which is already a resistance at these exact levels.
I just want to, a couple of people have asked me what my target for Kscp because we left the morning show and yeah, I was talking about that breakdown. If it finally broke this barcode, I was going either direction. It didn't really matter whether it was 1530 break into the upside or it was that 1460 actual break. Well, it was 1475. 1460 is the price I got when I crossed down. It then broke down. I got the first consolidation out in front of 14 and I've been holding and I went to the higher time frame. And the reason I wanted to show you guys the chart is I'm just looking essentially a couple of days ago on the second day of trade for Kscp. It did have this high in the early afternoon at 13.35 and then dipped down to about $10 and then just went gangbusters, right? So it's somewhere in this channel that I want to get out, but quite frankly, I don't know where it's going to stall. It's managed to now consolidate at the top end of that range, so I want to give it room that if it flushes through, we can get something out in the middle of that channel, anticipating that it would bounce off $10. But volume's tapering off, so it's doing the same thing it did in the morning where it rolled over. Now, it can break out from here, so I have tightened up my stop so I can't lose on this trade, but I am trying to let this one breathe. Now, obviously, it would have been really nice to have got this one at the top, but I didn't. We didn't get it till the breakdown here. And I want to be able to be in this and give it either to that break even or down into this channel towards $11. So Kscp, Vinco. I'm on the bid of AMC in front of that 1660, see if we can get the same price from the morning. And it's getting pretty close. I mean, this market's rolling over, so I feel like we're going to get that fill.
Synaptogenics, a little tiny low float.
Synaptogenics,
is popping up, which is Snpx, guys. They just released. This was earlier today, but there was an Alzheimer's treatment that they're working on that some data came out positive on. So new day highs here on pretty good volume for Snpx. It is a little bit thin, so a heads up on that, but. Little tiny one, low float on that as well. It's about 5 million on the float. Let's talk about this fun deal or potential fun and C's. Why not? SeaWorld, I think it was 3.4 or 3.8 billion potentially for Cedar Fair. So a huge move up. This was right when market movers started at 11 o'clock. It halts, reopens even higher. Hasn't done much since though.
Well, it did give you, it was announced, during the halt, the news came out that it was 60 cash, the offer, and of course, you're going to take that to the board. I don't know what, that shot is pretty crazy. Luke, by the way, at the beginning, Lucas was setting this up.
Cameras, baby.
Live, well, everything's happening here. Rob's switching, Lucas is getting this one set up. We got so much fun things that we can do with the bigger stage here. That's what we love about it.
So much what things?
Fun.
There you go.
We're going to say fun a lot here, guys, because we got this stock. It's probably not moving. I wish we could actually, I wanted to trade this, don't get me wrong, and we should have probably gone long when we saw the 60 deal price, and it opened at 54. I mean, whatever. Can you tell? I was watching the halt, waiting for the resumption time, and then it didn't happen. I got up from my desk, and then yada, yada, yada. But 54 looks like it might be some area of support. You've seen this with these offers. They trade with big premiums until deals get firmed up. That's just the way it is right now. So I wouldn't anticipate this is making a run to 60. You can look how the volume's dying off. So there might not be a trade there, but in the coming days, maybe it'll get firmed up. And if that happens with the deal, there might be a volume spike. If it fades into 54, though, I think that could be defended. I just want to see the volume pick up a little bit. It's more fun when you have actual volume and volatility. That's what we're getting in AMC today. That's what we got with Vinco. That's what Kscp was giving you this morning. I mean, the market, certainly in the morning, everything was going crazy, and it looks like we might roll back over into some of those lows, which gets spicy.
Yeah, so for me, not much fun there. I'm not going to trade that name, but definitely worth looking at whenever you get cash offers, stock offers, things like that. ATVI is an interesting one as well. That's somewhat similar. Obviously not in the broad numbers, because I think that one's only 3.4 billion or something, that fun one.
Yeah, 3.4.
And then ATVI is 69 billion. So that's a little bit more. And then there it is, man. We spin the money, but it's more like this. Come here, bus. Give me that cash, bro. Where's all that money in that bus? as Microsoft right now, we get out right there for another one. So that's just, great. Microsoft ripping. I mean, it's my number one. Well, yeah, it actually is my number one stock today is Microsoft. Robinhood battling with that as well. Facebook, we had a great trade here on Facebook short at the high of the day as well. We hit that short. So those of you that say, like, I never go short, there it is, my 2 number 1 stocks today on the short side, followed by Robinhood, which is short as well. Palantir, we had some nice fun days here with Palantir early on. Look at all these trades on Palantir today. So many trades, 127 fills, and we leave it alone. The funny thing is my last trade was a short on Palantir as well. Roblox was a nice win for us on the long side. We didn't hold it. It goes all the way to 68. We have a 64 print in our account. But okay, interesting thing, and I just posted this on Twitter. You tell me, Neil, what your opinion would be here, and I'm going to put it up in 1 second. And I want you guys to go on Twitter. I'll put it here. Actually, I should have put a poll up. Idiot. I am. Maybe can I fix this and put a poll?
Well, yeah,
maybe I will, but let's do that in a minute here. So let me put a poll up before I show this. So don't go to my Twitter now. I'm going to put a poll up here and see if we could do it. But let's go back to Brendan, and then I'll come back with this.
I wanted to just mention the chip group. You guys were talking about the market kind of rolling over here. I was just watching AMD. There was a bit of a bid there that showed up in front of 113. If you have a look at the chart, pretty clear to figure out why. That was exactly where we stopped on the way down this morning. But chips in focus, I guess, a little bit here this afternoon ahead of this one coming tonight after market, guys.
Yeah, we got a super chat, and it was about AMD and Google. Now, AMD's got support in there. What mildly concerns me about Google is if you saw the relative weakness that earlier on, these charts, the relative weakness earlier on that Microsoft was showing yesterday was Oracle, and it makes you wonder, like, are these advertising numbers not going to be all they're cracked out to be? Also they're number 3 in the cloud space, which is, they're pretty far away from 1 and 2, but they're still, still that's a big growth avenue for them. And if the cloud names were a little bit weaker, you do wonder if we're just kind of trying to get above that 200 period, and then we're going to go back to this, notion of the bid dropping out a little bit. And that's, I don't hope for bad things to happen, but in the same vein, if you look at what happened with Microsoft and Netflix gave you this opportunity, I suppose, and there's been a few where you get this crazy drop on earnings, and then like you're stink bidding at 10% down, and then it's almost like a free entry point. Now, since that has happened, you had Apple just jam to the upside and beat and go crazy, and you've had the market rally. So there's a decent chance that we're a little bit past that. But until we get through all the big boys in earnings, the last couple of days of Microsoft and some of the bigger tech names being relatively weak has me going back to the well thinking that it might not matter that Google blows out their earnings. I think the advertising numbers are going to be just fine. It's just that it might still be received by a bit of a downward print. AMD's a bit of a different story. And I can zoom this daily chart in. There we go. AMD's a bit of a different story because it has that 100 plant level in front of it that just, look, 100's a psychological level. I know psychological things you might think don't matter, but human beings trade the market. Get over it. That's just how it is. So buying in front of this 100.
Wait, what?
I know, right? Sometimes there's nothing technical about a level. It's just as simple as people are like, I like the stock and it's at $100. And it gets that simple. I don't think you have a level like that with a Google, but with AMD, you definitely have that. Now, it's been a mixed bag for a lot of the chips, but yet NXPI was strong today, and certainly I think it was Texas Instruments that actually was forecasting pretty well as well. So you've had a mixed bag, but lately they've been getting a little bit better in terms of the sentiment. So I tend to think at this point it's hard to imagine AMD selling too much into that 100 level. Again, I don't hope it happens, but you know how good a trade it is to trade off those levels. The day trader in me wants this to be able to get this 100. It's still relatively expensive in some ways, so you still have that risk in the next couple of quarters that you could have another leg down. But ultimately, you've had some positive earnings coming through. You have a definite bid that we want off that 100 level in AMD, and I'm hoping we get that tomorrow. I think you're stink bidding for sure in AMD. Google's a little bit more up in the air because you don't have an obvious level.
Okay, Neil, it's up. The poll of the day is now up. So Amazon may include what?
No, so you know me in Prime, dude.
Yeah, yours is going to be a no. right?
You know me.
Yeah, okay. Mine's a no too. I don't, and I figure like no's going to win, but this is a hell of a lot closer than I thought it would be. We only have 29 votes. I mean, I'm sure I can refresh this and get some more votes right now, but okay, now I don't know what happened to the poll, but it sure just takes a second to reload. But here it is right now. We'll put it in the tweet before we go back to Brent, or in the chat right now before we go back to Brendan. But Amazon may include a prime price hike when it reveals its Q4 earnings. So this is a huge bullish thing. If they increase their prices, man, then everybody's got to readjust their forward outlook, right? Because, I mean, it's just like a subscription model. Well, it is a subscription model. So if you can increase more, it's just like Costco, right? What are we going to do with this? So, and again, I know because I put in here $10 more a month. So it's just $10. I think it's $89 here.
That's basically, that's close. It's going to be close to doubling.
Right? I mean,
No, that's a huge, 10 a month is 120. Like that's almost doubling the price. That's
doubling
it's
the
significant.
price. What do you mean?
$10 a month. So you're talking about they're increasing it 10 a month.
Oh, 10. That's what I put, 10 a month.
That'd be big if they did that.
Yeah, because it's right now it's 120 a year, I think.
Yeah, so
so this is a big increase. So let's just see what happens there. See what people say, but let's just see what happens here. And by the way, Jesus also just bought AMC according to George.
But I got to add something to this. Like the reason I'd say, look, even if they double the price, I'd still do it because when I go home, my second job is breaking down Amazon boxes.
You know what?
That's how much we order from.
I actually made a little bit of a mistake there because generally we're speaking about monthly prices, right? Like we talked about Netflix monthly price, and I think like Amazon is one of the only ones that actually has a yearly price. So let's go with $10 a month. I think that makes 10%. Sense. So we'll see here what happens with $10 a month and what you guys think. It's your poll of the day.
We've had a lot of questions recently, guys, about the VIX and specifically volatility. Everyone has probably heard the old saying that the market goes up like an escalator and then down like an elevator. So always going to be more volatile on the way down than it is as we're kind of grinding higher on low volume. We're going to talk a little bit about the VIX in this video and give you a few ideas how we can use it in our favor, guys, especially in a bear market.
Yes, sir. The volatility index, and it's actually more commonly known as the fear gauge, right? And the reason it gets called the fear gauge is because it's going to be tracking essentially the, options trading around hedges, put contracts that people put on. Essentially, if you're holding long positions, you want to be able to put puts on so that you can hedge against downside. And the more of those that get bought versus the calls, essentially, you're going to have the VIX go up. So think about it this way. When the VIX is rising, people are afraid for their long positions, and they're trying to get insurance on it. And you see it scream to the upside. Now, it's not that it doesn't matter in all kinds of markets. I think the VIX is a useful tool in all kinds of markets. But specifically in a downward market, a lot of times we're looking for places to buy. And if you look at the technical levels or look at some patterns on the VIX, a lot of times it will give you those setups. If I'm like, oh, where do I buy the Qs? Where am I going to buy Apple today? Where is the low? Because we're screaming to the downside at the open. Well, if you can find some of these wick levels, like I mean the other day when VIX broke to 27 and then just sort of slam back into the downside, that's where you could be looking for a reversal. And maybe instead of having a specific price level on an individual security or an index futures or an ETF, you could simply know the one you want to buy and want to be doing it off of key levels or key patterns trading in the VIX. So it's something that I have actually been looking at, and not necessarily as a front of my trades, but when taking profit and when you're in the money in a position, a lot of times you might look for a slowdown in momentum in your direction. Maybe if the VIX if you're in a short position, that is, and all of a sudden the VIX finds a little bit of a top, hey, that could be a good place to take profit. So there's lots of ways you can use it for entry points, for trend reversals, for helping you with your exits. It's more about that market sentiment. And in a down market, it's just going to be an indicator you have to have out there. Even if you don't use it, it's good to have out there and be aware of it.
For sure. And there's Uvxy if you want to trade a stock that's similar here. It's more aggressive, obviously, than just the VIX itself, but you're down 6%. And like Neil said, there's not too much to talk about. But when there's fear in the markets here, you want to say to yourself, hey, I'd like to, invest in something. So today, the markets are pretty calm. So this thing's down 6%, right? I mean, it is what it is. As the markets start to get excited, accelerated, so on and so forth, you get to see big swings here in a Uvxy, right? So again, my chart's not going all the way back, but it's just, darn, it's not going back there either. But what it is, again, It's a way to hedge out your positions. A lot of us aren't very familiar with options or how to hedge out with options. But if you do get nervous about something, you can take a position in the VIX or UVXY. You simply do some studies and you can find other ones 3 times short, 3 times long. And all they really are is levered to the volatility. And as volatility increases, it's generally obviously to the downside in markets. So we look out for an extension of the VIX. Generally speaking, when it's around 12 or 13 on the VIX, that's pretty consistent. That's not too much worries. As it gets elevated, we just touched 30 the other day on the VIX on some of these moves. So again, it's a way to hedge out on some of your longs. If you believe, like, hey, look, I don't want to get out of my Apple. I don't want to get out of my Microsoft or my Google or some of these core positions, or you're waiting to collect dividends on those stocks and you just don't want to exit. It's not part of your strategy, but you feel like volatility is about to increase with things like the Fed, changing course, going more dovish versus hawkish, so on and so forth. Right now it's hawkish, but that will affect your current position. So this is just a way that you could take like an equity position in something to sort of hedge out against your longs, and let the professionals do it. They take longer term looks on both call options on the spiders and put options, put them together, wrap it up, and it's called the VIX. Do some work, but again, it is a hedge against your current long-term positions.
Yeah, a number of different instruments we can look at. The Ultra VIX, if you want to get a little spicy, the UVXY. There's VXX, there's VIX, which is the actual index, but a gauge on fear. Throw an average true range indicator on a daily chart and understand how it moves on a daily basis and understand the range on a daily basis. And that gives you an idea how much volatility there is in the markets, guys. That's a little bit on the VIX. I wanted to mention Ford here. We had that spike back to the upside there, going back to just before we came on that headline, guys. There was a big print, it looks like, that went off once again as we came back down through 2040. So a support level, obviously. Just saw Ford back on volume scanner there, trying to get back higher.
Mr. Englewood, he likes the shirt here. So Neil and I looking mighty dapper today, and Brendan, as per usual. Yeah, I think I've worn this shirt like 400 times, but thank you for the compliments on that one. But yeah, look, Ford, I tried it here today. We weren't using very many shares. I never, ever do when it spikes up. And I'm not just saying that because we lost. This trade we actually didn't lose on. In there, out there, average, boom. Then we waited. We got out some there, so we actually do wind up losing. And then in and out quickly as it dances around the 50 period. Trying to find its way. 89 million shares today. Impressive for Ford. As I say, 89. And it's 88. Shout out to Alexander McGillney there. I used to be a Buffalo Sabres fan. I love LaFontaine.
LaFontaine?
Pat LaFontaine, one of the best American players of all time. I'll leave that to the chat. I don't know if you know a better American player. I know only one that's better than Pat LaFontaine. Okay, so here we go to the upside. 2045, maybe a breaking spot here for Ford. But I feel like the wind is out of the sails here, so to speak. That it should have already gone. It's kind of just come back in. It's only up 0.47. The market's kind of just blah, blah, blah right now. So for me, Ford has already battled back from here. Austin Matthews, okay, fine. But there it is.
I just assumed that's who you were talking. You weren't.
No. I was talking about Mike Medano, but
okay, fair enough.
Good calls.
Look, man,
there.
if you're in Mighty Ducks, you get the win.
Yeah. Mike Medano is in Mighty Ducks. Someone else. There's a few. We just watched Mighty Ducks about a year ago, and
there is
there's one other guy who I don't think was.
It's not somebody
successful.
big.
Nah,
it's not.
He was at the time, but yeah, it's not Mike Medano. But I think Mike Medano there. But we're gonna hope that it's gonna be Austin.
My babysitter, who lived on our street when I was growing up, his favorite player was Pat LaFontaine. So I should be saying Pat LaFontaine.
Yes,
he loved him. We played that little hockey game, the one with I forget what you call it. The pins, and you do the
table hockey.
Table hockey.
Yeah, we have that at my house.
Yeah, and he put like LaFontaine on all those guys.
Team Sweden and Team Canada. That's what it came with, and I refused to buy the extra guys.
We would just make them up. Like you'd color them, and then you'd put names on the back for whatever you wanted.
Yeah. We're not as gangster as that anymore. That was back in the day.
Whoa.
What, you would do that? I would just buy the U.S. guys at this point. But anyways, yeah, Patrick Kane, Guy Lafleur, good one there. What about Rocky Richard, great American, right? No, we are.
Who said that?
No, someone said Guy Lafleur. So,
no,
you're not giving me $2 for my Packers share? Yeah, so I'm an owner of an NFL franchise, guys.
Wow.
So let's slow down. Maybe I should keep my sports opinions to myself, because as an owner, I'm not sure. Like, I don't need Roger Goodell coming down on me for anything right now.
You know how harsh he is with, never mind.
Yeah, he's very, very harsh with punishments, not to owners, only to players. So I guess I can. I can say whatever I want. You know what we watched the other day, by the way, and I know you're talking about DWAC, but there was a thing on Netflix. It's the Sean Payton movie. It's called.
He's got a movie?
Going Home or something? No, it's Kevin James. The guy from, King of Queens.
Yeah.
I really like that sitcom, King of Queens. It's one of my favorites. It wasn't bad. It was like the Sean Payton.
How are we going Sean Payton?
No, it's a story about Sean Payton when he got suspended.
For
the year. So I was thinking about it. Like, again, we're Canadian, so we don't know anything about NFL, but there was when Sean Payton got suspended there for like defense gate or whatever, where all the
it was Bounty Gate.
Yeah. So it was about that and how he went home and taught his kid and all this stuff. He's
a great coach. I mean,
not bad, but we watch it with our kids.
He'll take a year off. He's going to find himself somewhere else, is my guess, because the Saints were under a cap. They got cap issues. He doesn't want the rebuild. DWAC was going to get to up 9%. And look, right when we got off air, for the morning show that is, and then you went to Trader Pratt, DWAC did this, breaking out on huge volume through 73. It's screaming towards $80 right now. And there's just room to go on this thing. So, I mean, 80 is a round number. We just talked about AMD 100. So, I mean, 80 obviously will stand out as an obvious number. And you did have a flush going back to the 21st here in the afternoon, right at that $80 level. But that was on a down day. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at 82 to 83. If it can churn through, you've seen what this can do, like breaking off levels. I am still in Vinco, and why not? I'll do one of these for Vinco Ventures because it actually hit one of my targets. I said we'd be scalping this off VWAP. We got 41s long. We're going to take some out in front of 50s. We're going to take some out in front of the high of the day, and we're going to try and hold for a break of 360 into that 370 area, hopefully, on Vinco Ventures. But every time I get some out, we're going to get right back on the bid in front of 340. And then if it doesn't go, we have to the end of the day. We got over an hour here for this to be able to make its run. It was a short off that 338, but that's come and gone. Now we're looking at the long side. So just flipping the script here on Vinco Ventures. While we were talking about the VIX there, I guess volatility got the better of me, and I went right back into the long in front of the level from this morning on AMC. Yeah, it's a tight stop. Call it paper hands all you want, but I have an out. I know I wanted to be wrong. It broke. I got stopped out. If there's another push down, but the only place I want to look, and it's past the 16 level. I mean, 16 maybe it's an even number, but there's 1565, and that just goes, 1560, and that just goes to the afternoon support level from yesterday that I believe we were talking about. Actually, we traded off of that in the afternoon show. So we get down there, it would have to move $1, which probably isn't happening, but that's the next obvious level on AMC.
Oh, you're talking about AMC. I was just going to look at AMC myself too, because people were like, "Oh, it's getting ready to stop people out." But this is. I mean, I was looking at it up here at 1712. I guess I could cancel that order. Yeah, that was at 1712, so good one. And now we'll see if it breaks through here. I actually don't mind this level at all. 1680 again on a break here for AMC. So we'll be very, very patient. I'm not just going to punch in right now. I got to get it with momentum. So 1681 or so on AMC, and your boy will be in that one quickly. Hopefully quickly, we'll be into it. What was that level again? 16. Let's just look at it again, just so I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, this is not a bad one either. 1672 to the upside, but I definitely this could happen. Like, look what's happened every time we got to the 50 period. It tested it, down, tested it, down, tested it. I mean, do I have to keep saying it? But let's just see if this time it does want to go back up to the upside with good preliminary earnings today. I think it probably took a lot of people by surprise. So let's see if retail comes in here at $16 and tries to buy this thing up. They did it earlier. They could do it again. So I'm going to go punch my ticket long. 1680 was basically the price that I wanted. So we're going to do that right now. And again, all I'm doing right here is, you'll see Neil and I do this, just putting in stop orders and things like that, because as we're discussing things with you, like this could rip through 1680, and I'm just like, Microsoft, good trade, and then bang, it's gone. So this will allow us to get in if we're not looking at it. So all I did was put a stop order in. Those of you at Day Trade the World, it's easy to do in our system. Just configure that in the platform. And as I just said that about Microsoft, just a quick little look. Oh yeah, that Home Team movie, I saw some people, it's not that good. It's just, I made me think about it, about Sean Payton.
I didn't even know it existed.
And then Sean Payton just retired, so it's kind of coincidental actually. No, it's not a horrible movie. I don't know that much about it. Like, there's nothing really that funny in it, or like it says it's a comedy, but
yeah, it's sports comedy. Rob Schneider's in it. Anyway,
well, Rob Schneider's in it as a Yeah, it's not like the main guy is that Kevin Adams guy.
Of course,
or Kevin James, I think it is. But
you mentioned something about putting stop orders in, which is actually the timing of that's perfect because I just talked about DWAC in the 80 level and then getting the 82 to 83 where I thought there'd be resistance for a short. Well, guess what? Like after that, I talked immediately about getting stopped out in AMC, pull up the chart for you, and then 80 broke. So if you have a stop order out there, you have a chance of getting an automatic trigger. If you're trying to sit around and watch the stock, you can miss it just that easily. So DWAC did break out. Look, it goes to 81 and reverses. So I'm not going to chase that trade. Like it came and went. Either you got the 80 break and you scalped it right there. Otherwise, after it's now put in 2 parabolic moves on volume, I'm looking for the fade at this point, and it's going to be that 82 to 83 level. Either it goes there or gives me a real dip down into 78, maybe this 79, the previous high. That could be worthwhile as well, but I'm not going to chase it too far here. I just don't think it's going to be worth it. We're now into the bottom end of the channel on Kscp. Now I don't have a trailing stop in this. And I'm getting close to putting one in and just saying, look, if it gets back above 13, call it 15, I'm going to put a trailing stop. Look at the sideways action, and we're short here, $1.70 in the money. It would just be ridiculous if it broke back out here and then went screaming and I gave it all the way to break even. So it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm just talking to myself, it's nonsense. I should just go ahead and do it. I'm going to put a trail in. You can see the sideways barcode. This is exactly what it was doing when we got into the short. It was doing a sideways barcode. We took the break down. So we might as well get out of this trade if it breaks back up. So that's about 13. Well, it's about 13.10, but I'll give it to like 13.15 or so. Trail on Kscp.
Yeah, so we're doing the same thing here. New position alert, by the way. First of all, AMC just came in. Like, how is that even possible when my bid was supposed to be above 80 and now I'm long at 79? Did you get long there? I don't know.
Wick?
No, I don't. I'm surprised we got in there. We don't actually want this trade, so let's get out of half here at 77 if we can, because we didn't. I mean, it didn't take it out, so we shouldn't even be in this one. Damn it. Okay, what's up, Brendan?
A couple things. Siri, first of all, having quite the day. Yeah, that Siri. Big mover here, back to 680 almost, up almost 7%. They had earnings this morning. I didn't mean to do that, so I'll just turn that off. They had earnings this morning that were way better than expected, so a good quarter for SIRI. That SNPX as well, now 10.50, so another dollar. Still going for SNPX, guys.
Yeah, and the volume's picking up on SNPX as well. I was about to talk about Zila, and there's probably some time to be able to get to that one. Zila broke that 75 level, the double top, so it pulled back into VWAP. It broke the high double top and is making a bit of a run. I think a dollar is going to be the key level there. But this SNPX, wow, you want to see increasing volume. That's what you got. You want to see a breakout through 10 even. That's also what you have. And there's relatively clear sailing until you get up to this 11, 12 area. It might halt based on the liquidity I'm looking at if it were to make a run like this. But look, 12 is going to stand out like a sore thumb. This is not the worst looking chart on the planet. So this is not your average automatic fade in every single pop. But if you do look at it, it has some pretty strong pullbacks when it's gone parabolic before or had big runs. So I am now, wish I had the 10 break, but the volume didn't look that great at the time. I'm looking at this 12 to 12.50 for a bit of reversal. Same way we would have liked DWAC at 82. And this is why I didn't chase along. DWAC right back below. So it's right back below that 80 level. So we're going to be looking for the dip buy around that 78 breakout that we just did. That would be the place I'd try to get that long. I wouldn't wait around for VWAP. That'd already be $3 pulling back in 78.
All right, let's go. We'll put the apes on patrol right now because there it is, man. We got long again on that break of, I'm sure I'm on AMC, yep, long again. So we got out there and then we got long again when it officially broke. And you can see the difference here, right? We don't even break here. And for some reason, I get triggered in there and then we get out at 72 and then it rips back up. So again, that was we were long at 79, 7 cents hit. So now we go up to 7 cents and we just take back what we lost and now we'll hold on to the rest. So hopefully this can now start to go. We make up for that by taking some out. I wish we didn't do that, but you see this little fail break, what happened? Failed at 17. The very same minute we went down 30 cents. So that's why we were very, very nervous about this break, and good thing we didn't get out at the very bottom. I don't know if that even went to 64, but we're able to get there on the way back, and now we'll see if the next level is up for this. And then we'll go, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Because we are into a New position. So right now we are into AMD here again. This one will not be very long. We're going to give it down here to 1360. I will not average in on the downside. Again, this is one of those ones where we broke the 50 period. We were thinking the futures wanted to go here, but again, like, we don't need to be in this. We don't need to be in anything right now. So that's one thing that, okay, AMC, I see you. Let's go back over to AMC right now, as there we go again, man. Sometimes we get some good trades and we go WTF here for AMC. Again, not bragging, but this was a good one for us here as it takes it out. 96s, 97s. We're long at 82, and again, we put on a decent position. We were waiting, man, just like we waited for you, Mr. Hood, man, to come. That's Mr. Microsoft. Hood, as Hood waited for that to come to the top side, and then we destroyed that to the short. Now we'll be very, very patient with AMC and wait for it to come back down, and now getting back up. But look, we're stopping here at 17 again. Come on. You're telling me you don't want to go through 17? You got to. We'll take some more offers up here if we it's not going to go, but offering 96, and the rest is history. We're going to see if it wants to go. We'll take a 96 print. Rates there. Did we get it? I don't know. But now we'll go. No, we did not. So we'll get, oh, we didn't get it again. We're still waiting for 96, but right now, all is well, man. 12 cents in the money on AMC.
When the East is in the house.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Danger. Come on now. That was too easy.
That was good. I knew it was oh my God, and I looked up and it said oh my God. So that was a good one.
Yeah, I had to. I saw it in the chat. Someone popped it in there. We love our old school hip hop. But DWAC, the 15-minute chart here, guys. I know we got asked a couple of days ago to make sure we talk about the time frame so that you can tell. It's getting up to that 82 level that I was talking about here. So I was on the bid to buy that dip. It actually got to like 79.5. I was waiting in front of 78, so we're probably not going to get that. But this turn here, it would have to break 82, fail to get through 83, and then you'd have a bit of a reverse. So going parabolic here is DWAC. That's the one I want to get into. Obviously, that SPNX is the other name we're looking for a pop as well. But DWAC looks like it's getting very close to that 82 level. And I don't want to short 81.50 because that's like $1.50 away from that $3 level. I think you got to be very, very picky if you're going against the grain. I wish we'd actually gotten a little bit closer to 78 for the dip buy there. That made more sense than fighting that 80 level, at least to me. It looks like you could have just bought at any price and it would have been good. And my stop is triggered on Kscp. If it breaks 12 even, I'm going to move my trailing stop down as the stock continues to fall. So I will give that one more room if it breaks out of that channel.
It didn't look like AMC wants to go, but we'll take another piece out at 90 and see where we go, but it doesn't look like it wants to go. AMD here, just a target is going to be VWAP. Again, the NASDAQ's not really doing anything. If it starts to take off here and really push, obviously we'll get that fill, but I will cancel it if it starts to go too much. But again, I just feel like we're going to be trapped here. We did have a big close yesterday. Where's the NASDAQ? Oh, I got to go all the way. This is a daily chart, so I got to go all the way back. But again, we did have a big close yesterday to the upside. When the market just took off there. So we could see what happens here, but we still a while away before the imbalances. So I don't want to talk about that yet, just like we won't talk about Bruno, but we will if we have to. But down here, 14,860, the bouncing spot, and AMD just kind of hovering around. We are long at 14. We could have got out numerous times for 20 cents, but we're not going to play it like that. So, I don't know what you did with your AMC there, Neil. Did you?
I got stopped out at the bottom there.
Did you even go back in? Yeah,
I did go back in, but I got stopped out when it took out that low from this morning, and I didn't get back into it.
Oh, you did not?
I was looking at DWAC at the time, trying to pick. And DWAC, by the way, it did break that 82, so it's in the channel I was looking for the reversal. It's trying to get through 83. We went to the 15-minute, showed you 82 to 83 a few days ago. So if it puts the turn in, or at least slows down in this range, I know exactly where my stop is going to be. It either breaks 83 and fails, can't really go any further, and then I get on the way back down with the stop at the high of the day, or it doesn't get through 83 at all. I catch it in front of 82, somewhere between 82 and 82 and a half, with a stop that'll actually be at 83 even. So it looks like it's trying to slow down here. Might end up using the latter of those two, which would be short here, 83 stop. And again, I'll be crossing up pretty aggressively, but pretty structured trade. And if you're going against the grain, I think it makes sense to do so. Risking about, we'll call it like 70 cents in slippage. Well, it's 62 cents in slippage, so 80 cents or so. Now, if it goes back to that previous high at 81.20, you get yourself better than 1-to-1. You can go to 80, and you still have a good risk to reward there. So that's the key thing. Like, it doesn't have to fall all the way back to VWAP for it to be a good trade. So 82.38 is the random price. Once it's at about that 1-to-1, we'll see if we can get the first leg out. It can still break out from here. Don't get me wrong. Like this, both trades can work. You could be long off this dip and I can play this same retracement, and both things are good, right? There's lots of ways to execute in the market. I'm going to adjust my stop order after I get the first target, and now I got to hit this one because that's the page that I'm on. So the oh my god danger is going to be in place. I hope people actually know what artist that's from. Throw it in the chat if you can.
Okay, just looking over here as things are starting to get a little spicy. I actually just went into new position with Rumble. I mean, CFVI, again, if DWAC's kind of going on not too much news, we know Rumble's, I mean, there's not as much as Funware, PHUN. We can actually look at that quickly right here. Why don't we do that to see what Fun is doing today, up 4. So again, not as crazy, not as much volume here as what's happening in DWAC right now. So, but we're just, oops, that's AMC. We just took another one right there. So, okay, we are... we're reloaded here in AMC, but not too much because it's the same price that we're in at it before. So it comes right back in. This time, man, if it takes out this level, we'll be out of this one again. We'll just drop this down a little bit more. 1665 is going to be the out here for AMC. So if the market crashes down or if AMC crashes down, that will be our out, just like that one right there. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. I mean, AMC has been fine for us today. It's just one thing there. And someone said, oh, like, why would he only take 15 cents out on AMD? I agree, I'm not. So that's why I'm not taking a 15-cent winner. My target is up here if we can get it, because, again, we're trying to have same risk to reward policies here. And if I'm going to get out, like I said, I think my out on AMD, I just headed for 60. So if we're going to be out at 60, that's 40 cents down. So I got to give it at least, that's why I'm trying to get out at VWAP here for 70 cents. So not quite 2-to-1, but not bad either. As guess what's just moving right now? How about CFVI?
Oh my God.
Brendan.
EA Sports guys just popped up on some volume as well. I wanted to mention EA ahead of earnings. This was another one set to report tonight after market. So back to 129 here, pretty big level for EA Sports guys.
So first of all, two things. One, DWAC, I'm going to stick to my rules. I told you the stop would go in at 83. So even though we get the first target, we'll be up on it because we got the first target and we made sure the risk to reward made sense when we shorted it. It looks like we could have held on to it, broken our rules, and got more. So it's so's ACL. They got it right. Blase, blase. Danger is the song. There was some interesting guesses in there. I get it. It's an older song. So
Look at AMC.
I'm not gonna hate on anybody here, but yeah, interesting guesses there. But at least somebody got it right.
Let's go, man. The People's Trader is in the building, trading the People's stock. I know it was Neil's trade of the day, but both of us on AMC today. And there it goes, man. Nice little, yes, sir. How about that reload, guys? Dropping grenades left, right, and center here for you. So here it is, man. Another dime piece on AMC. Upside, we take it. We like dime pieces, as I'm sure you guys do as well. And then here we go right up to the upside. Goes AMD. Yes, sir. You know where it just printed, man? It printed 63s. We're at 68s. So we'll have to wait. Hopefully AMD can print us out to that upside. There it goes, man. Making moves, man. We make money moves. Shout out to Cardi B. I guess today's like the music day here for us.
Well,
but
everybody would get that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think they would. We won't be that. Just be patient, Sean. Be patient. Be patient. Thank you. Evolve there. Thank you for that note in the chat. We will be patient. It's funny that you say that because I was almost about to hit the key to get out of AMD right now on that big NASDAQ spike up, but we're not too far away. Actually, I'm at 70 now. This has actually come down a little bit, so I could adjust it, but whatever. If it prints 68s, hopefully this prints 70s. Bang. As we do that, thank you guys. We wait for them to come over there. And what a good trade that was. There's the AMD trade. Let's go, man. Let's go to the upside as we're cashing out, man. We're taking names. We're taking numbers, man. And there it is right to the upside. AMC, let's go. I mean, so far today, we've just given you Hood, CFVI, AMC, AMD, Microsoft, and we are rocking and rolling to the upside as it just keeps on going. Thank you, AMD, for that little trade there. Boom, that's about a 10 minutes for $1 right there, so that's all good. And then how about AMC? Are we gonna climb to VWAP right now? Let's just look quickly. This area, 1730, 1740. Let's just put it here in case you know what? Let's put an offer at 1720 there, but take that out. A nice little move upside for AMC. We'll take it.
Yeah, and we just took Vinco Ventures. It just made another push, and then offers started to stack up here at 53, 54. I'm going to go back to the well on this every time I can through 342, but until it gets to that price, that's the only price I want to reload. It's simple 41.42 in front of 38. DWAC does the rollover here. You're going to see it stop out and then consolidate, so it is on the radar for a potential short. But then the other name that a lot of people were asking about was Zila. So we said we'd talk about it. We had the reverse into VWAP. We then took it a second time. It stopped out through 75. Where do we get 75 from? On your 15, this is what it was a few days ago. We actually had the same short that day. If you want to look at what I think can happen next, obviously $1 is going to be out there for Zila, but the 50 period sits at about 93 cents, and the last consolidation here was at 90 to 93 cents. So I think that's where it might slow down. It's asking a lot for a stock like this to make a churn breaking out 66 cents and get to $1 with an hour to go. I can probably count on my hand the number of times in 20 years that I've seen that happen. And I started my career trading penny stocks at Day Trade the World. Like for the first, I'd say like 2 or 3 months, a lot of what I was trading was penny stocks. So it doesn't happen too often, but those runs to $1 can be in there. I'm looking 93 cents. If you're in the long in the money, you might want to be considering where you can take some profit. If you've been swinging it for a couple of days, of course, that's a little bit of a different story because you've probably been taking profit on the way up, and you can certainly hold on to it a little bit longer. Much like DWAC, Snpx does not get to $12, does not get to the ultimate high. Now starting to pull back in here a little bit. And I like this $10 level coming back, right? Like if $10 was the breakout price and we just failed shy of that, you didn't even get to that $12 level, then 10's going to be the break. And you'll see another register that we just got rung on Kscp. I did talk about needing to trail this one out if it tried to break back up. I did not want to sit there and throw away like a $1.50 winner and then have it come all the way back to break even, which is where my stop was when we opened the show. So if it wants to barcode, we'll take it off, get into something that moves. If it flushes, $10 is where the support is. But I think SNPX and DWAC are going to be the better trades for the last hour of the day.
All right, so the boys have something cool to pop through here. New cameras, new everything. So right now we're going to ask for likes. So if you guys can hit the like button, I'm not sure how many people we are watching right now, but 544 doesn't seem like enough, including we have, there it is. So look at that. There's the like button there, bottom. My right, but I guess as you're looking at it, I don't know what we have different.
It's like,
I mean, I've been doing this now for a while. I still have no idea what's going on. But there it is. So there's, look at the like count. There it goes. There we go. Yeah, Neil's got that. There's the like count.
Think about it.
I think this can get to 1,000. Like, do you guys like this feature? This is pretty cool, man.
If they had that, if that was on the midday show, Prad would be doing blonde hair tomorrow. That's
yeah, well, Prad is going blonde tomorrow.
That's for sure.
So you don't have to worry. We already have a plan. Thanks to Arun for the plan. We are going to implement a plan tomorrow, and that is that everybody watching our morning show, so 8:30 to 11, we're all going to stay on. Right? And then as soon as the stream flicks over, we're just all going to go like, and then it's going to be 1,000 likes before it even gets to Prad.
Toast. He's going
right?
blonde for
and
sure.
Then it's blonde Prad. So I mean, I don't know. Prad's a great, great for doing that. And let's go to see. I just hope that he doesn't get in trouble.
Why would he get in trouble?
He's worried about his moms. So I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, shout out to Prad's mom.
You know what we could do? Don't we like?
I'm gonna. Like,
I
I'll
can
pay
bring the
for
razor.
the guy. Like,
no, we can dye it, and then we can just
razor. No, he's dyeing his hair.
But he can shave it after the show if he wants to lose.
No. He has to have
How
it on
many days
for
does he have to keep it
until
V comes back?
Oh, he's doing it without V here?
Well, think about it, right? Like this started when Valeria was here. So if he does it
Prad's mic
and
working?
she misses out, that's kind of unfair to V, really.
Prad, we're going to throw you on. Can we do a three? Let's when you guys are ready, let's do a 3-pip.
It's only fair.
Because I just before we set this up, we got to get Prad. Look, it's 3.
Like I wouldn't do a challenge, and then if you were off, like say we had a bet,
right?
And then I lost, but you were off for the week, then I would wait and
that's what I'm saying.
Like I'd put the face pin on until you came back. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah. The hardest working man right here makes an appearance behind us.
There he is.
Okay, so Prad.
Brought to you by Manscaped.
We didn't even tell him he's coming on? Okay, Prad, so you're on right now. So what we've been talking about for the last 5 minutes that you obviously didn't hear was, you see the like counter? We have a like counter on the screen now. I don't know if you can see that. So, okay, well, anyways, it's in the bottom left corner. You can see it on production. But the point is that it looks ill, right? So guess what's going to happen, man? So what's going to happen tomorrow is, and thanks to Arun for this, your new partner in crime, we are going to get more than 3,000 likes on your show. So with that being said, right, are we dyeing our hair when Valeria gets back, or is it like the next day type of thing? Me and Neil feel like we have to wait for V to get back.
Yeah, I think it's got to be when V gets back for sure. She's the one who's going to do it.
Well, I was going to say you
she's
could.
physically doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I get
Ah,
it. Okay, that makes
because Neil was like, we could dye Prad's hair and then shave it off the next day. And I'm like, the next day? Like, I feel like, Prad, you need to have this on for at least a week.
Yeah, we're going to let it naturally go out.
Naturally go out.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I don't think you understand what you just got
getting
yourself
better.
into.
This is getting better and better.
Prad doesn't know, eh?
Natural blonde over here. Mark has no problems with that, but Prad might. Are you're blonde or light? Yeah. Sandy blonde. Okay, so very jealous. Anybody that has hair, basically, I'm really jealous of. So the color is irrelevant.
I think I shave it, so yeah, you know how it goes.
Yeah. I'll bet anybody that I'll dye my hair white because it's pretty much white anyways. It's pretty much white anyways. Is what I'm getting at here.
Oh, by the way, there is trading. I did get a new position. I should probably say.
Oh, the market's open. Yeah,
the market's open. Snpx did break, just broke down at 10. I got 993 to the short side. And I'm just going to scalp it. It was a clean 10 break, just looking at it off that VWAP. And if you went to this is what we're looking at here on the higher time frame chart, guys. It's had a couple of good legs into the upside, and it couldn't quite get to the next level, which I thought was obvious. This is 10 here, but I guess I have to go to the daily for you to be able to see. $12. Didn't even sniff it, so we're going right back to that 10 level. There's a few bids here on level 2. You can see like 87s, 83. So I'm kind of bidding in front of, kind of going to be bidding in front of each of these as it comes down. But I want to make sure that we break these levels. You know, my first bid here is at that 76, so if that breaks, I want the momentum to take me out off possible stops at those levels. And then the last consolidation here at 965, that's where my next bid is sitting. If we get an absolute flush, I want to have something on board till 950. Strong mover all afternoon since we came on here, but that was a pretty harsh rejection, double top. I wish it had happened at 12, and would have been in at a better price. Like we mentioned, DWAC still at the top end of the range. It's put the rejection in, and we're still in this same range. Now, I stopped out once at 83. It went right back up, got to 82.90, and then came right back in. But guess what? It cannot break these lows. So 81 looks like your support. That means it can still be a bit of a breakout.
Yeah, we should have hit it. So we'll go a little bit of I have no idea what this is, but we're just. Oh, it's not even working. Okay. I don't. I'll show you. If the spider one's not working, Rob, I don't even know if we.
Why is there one?
I don't know what that is. It just like shows me with a spider. I don't know what it is.
Why would there even be that?
And the face slap one I know doesn't work. So we'll just do this one. Some money coming out. Oh, it's not. They're not working now. None of the animations are working now.
Uh-oh.
So, it's because that like counter, see? So we had something cool on, and it's like, this is why we can't have nice things, you know? As they said, but they'll get that fixed, so that's why it's not working. But what I was talking about here was CFVI. I mean, it does go right into the money there. And again, you know, volume started to pick up almost as soon as we got in it. So I want to thank all the minions out there for I guess, trying to go with this. But CFVI goes up. We don't take it out. It goes to 94s, I guess, was the high. So we're going to sit in here again at 94 to do that. So we'll see. Yeah, no, still not working. Sorry, I thought it was working there. Okay, yeah, no problem. No rush, guys. Anyway, CFVI, just to bring this back to you, we are going to look at this right here. 20 minutes. I mean, I didn't take it for anything here, other than the fact that we were just trying to get a bump there in DWAC, or playing off the DWAC bump, trying to get a little bit of a play there. So nothing happening. Robinhood, we might as well just Ooh, that was right at a reload spot. What was I doing? Yeah, we should have had an offer here for DWAC at 66, or sorry, for Hood. We should have had an offer there. That's my bad. We should have had an offer right there, and we didn't. So let's put one now, and if it takes out the highs, then we can get out of here. But for right now, that's something. Ooh, my AMD offer I did not cancel, so let's do that. Where are we now? Okay, still not a bad out there for AMD. We're about half done. The full gallon of water here. So I'm trying to chug this because I don't bring it home. So if I can get this done in the next hour, I'd be pretty happy. But Robinhood just waiting for a reload and AMD off to the races here.
And look, I was waiting for 93 on Zila. You guys know I wanted that 93 level on Zila, but it puts in volume spike and a more parabolic move, and then does a wick top here on the 1 minute. It goes to 87.50. It then flushes back down into 85. So I'm gonna, if I get a trade like that where it's risking 1 cent, and then even a shallow pullback gets you to like 82 for 5 cents, that's like 5 to 1, and then I can get out every penny, and then it works out like 2.5 to 1 if you get the entire range. If you get half the range, then you're still profitable. So I like that setup. I'll take it pretty much every single time. And again, it breaks the high the day I'm out, and I'm looking for 93s, so that's going to work out. I just got another leg out there in Snpx as well, so taking some profit in that one and running. Was that a call for Brennan, or is my earpiece messing up?
No calls, no calls.
Oh, I know what happened.
Okay, so shoot. Okay, we got to put that Robinhood trade. Anything else moving? I see some people spamming. I mean, you were just talking about Zila, right?
Yeah, Zila, yeah.
We just talked about Zila there. I mean, I can have a quick look at it as I haven't even looked at it today. Ooh, only 87 cents. Whatever happened to this name? Wasn't it a lot greater than this at one point here? Where's my day chart? Like, my charts are just randomly crashing as now Zila doesn't even go back. I got to restart my charts, man. Like, there's absolutely no daily data here for Zila, which is, we know that's not
We don't need no data.
We don't need no data. No, we do not.
Of course we do.
Yeah, well, it would be nice, but we don't necessarily need it. This 75 here, a good level. I wish we had data to see what was backside, but Zila ripping right now, 111 million. Don't ever sleep on these ones, man. When they get going, you can see what's happening here with the 50 period. It didn't even, like, if you ever see things moving like this, we have VWAP there as a little bit of a broader indicator, but I mean, a straight move to the upside here for XELA. So good one on that. As AMC right now, getting ready just to get rid of this. We made a lot of money back here off that move upside. So now we don't need to be part of this as it's breaking lower. We already took the trade. So let's just get out of our AMC here and be happy with it. We're long rate here. So we'll get out of AMC, and that way we don't have to worry about it dropping. And if it does get anywhere into these areas, like, I only have 10%. I mean, I guess I could hold it. We don't have too much left as it's going right back up. But we might as well just get out. It's violating areas. Like, normally if we would have broke this, I would have got out already. So just AMC, it's broken below. I don't want to trade long under the 50 period. I'd rather it be above. We're so far away from VWAP. So just talking to myself out of AMC right here. So I will get out. If it comes back down to 1650, that's a good reload spot.
Yeah, and still watching DWAC here. It's now 3 times it's tested that 83. The one time it did break got to 83.07. If we go another time in here, and again, it's forming a bit of a wedge and fails to get through the high of the day, I'm just going to have to re-enter the short. And by the way, Zila, there's now an offer. So like I said, I got short with the cent of risk. There's now a 600,000 share offer at 86.36 cents. It's not just completely random. So I'm short in front of that level already. I had it before the offer showed up. I'm bidding every single penny all the way down to 80. And then right now, I think it's all about DWAC here. Like, it's forming a nice wedge up at the high. So we could put the same trade on, but this time a failed break at 83. I think it gets through the quarters. That could be your breakout point. On the daily chart, there's room on the daily to get higher. You probably have that one wicket. Yeah, there you go. You still have that one wicket, 83.50, and then from there, like 86 on a 15-minute. But there's still some room for this one to try to go. I just got first leg on Zila. I just remembered, I don't know if I can hit a key. I don't know if we're allowed to do that yet. But Zila's starting to flush back in. Maybe that seller had something to do with it for 600,000 shares, but it was about when it got more parabolic. Like, it went from clustering, kind of like what DWAC is doing, to going straight parabolic, put one wick-off candle at the high there, and then just take the first consolidation. It's about risk to reward. Now, you're waiting for your spot. You go long off the top, it's too far. The place I should have been long, if there's a long that should have been had here, is when I shorted the first time off 75. The second time I went short at 74 off 75, that should have been all world long off of 75 even. Of course, I didn't do it. That's one thing I'm trying to get better at. When you get a key level, when it breaks eventually, you got to be able to reverse those trades, but still able to get it off the top here in Zila. Trade not over yet. Like, this is likely to find a bid at some point. 80 cents would be the ultimate target. It gets to 80, I'll be flat almost for sure.
Zila, Princess Warrior, reminds me of that, what is it, Xena, the Princess?
Now, that's an old show.
Warrior or something like that. Yeah, that is an old show, but a good one, and a lot of people were crushing on that girl. Okay, so just watching CFVI, it's almost out, man. We're getting very close to that out level that we don't mind here on that. It just turned around on us, so we went to 90. We went to 93 there. We're at 94. We talked about that. CFVI with no volume. I feel like we'll get it sitting here. on that. So as long as it rips to the upside, we should get CFVI. It's just not moving. Just a quick check on AMC. Was that the right move? Oops, well, we're still holding some of it. I thought I got out of it all, but I guess I did not. So we still are holding. Is that right? Does it show me still long? Yeah, so I still am holding it. So that was weird. But we still are holding this AMC here. So we'll have a look at that as that's a mistake, but still moving and not doing much. We're getting close to reloading right now on Hood. I'm just getting a little greedy and waiting for this 66 level to come through. And if it does, then we will reload in on that Hood trade. Zila, I wish we could trade it. Fisker coming back down. JP Morgan. Let's check in on our Goldman Sachs. We recently bought this thing at 350. And honestly, I've just left it there and haven't even checked it. Ooh, okay. Okay, I see you. I was I emptied out of my JP Morgan's pre-bank earnings. We talked about that, but I didn't get out until, I got out like 159, 156, things like that. It did go to 170 on me, but we did put some of our money to work on Goldman down there at 350, and that appears to be working out nicely. So a good trade for us on Goldman. Like, my charts just are epically failing right now, it looks like. So, that's that, and the market is barcoding here, so I think we got to look for some shorts. But yesterday, remember, we took out the highs on the close. So we may go for a run here as well.
Yeah, the epic fail is going to be not getting back into that deal book. I just said, if it fails another time, I should try to get in. I don't, and it's already broken down. I did try a couple of times, 82.50, throw an offer in there. The spread opened up 20, 30 cents or so, and it started to flush. So looks like we could be headed back for a pullback. I might go back to thinking there's a bounce to be had at that 78 level. Hopefully that's the case. I'm now out of half of that Zila, but of course it's going to start running to the downside. We'll see what happens with DWAC. I should have been short this one again. It was a failed breakout. When there's a failed break, I'm supposed to jump right back into the trade off that fresh high. It's only 10 cents different, which is really nothing, and we should definitely have jumped into this. People have asked about XOM off the top. I tried an XOM short this morning. I don't want to, I'm not going short on XOM. And I tried, I did the same thing you did. I tried it this morning off the high of the day when it tried a break of $80. It was a failed break at 80, came back in, gave a capitulation, able to short it off that high, then broke out. It just didn't, it didn't set up right. I didn't have any other confirmation for that level. So it's here at 81. It feels like the same kind of trap. So I'm not going to jump into the XOM short. There's plenty of other names that are definitely moving here. We've been talking about, I know it was a trade of the day, and then Sean was in AMC. But that actually put a failed break in. Now we're retesting these lows at 1650. 1660 was level this morning. That 50 breaks on the good news. It could get really spicy. And the related name, which is oddly enough, it's AMC with the news, and the name that's holding up a bit better in the afternoon is GameStop, which does mean that if AMC were to break 1650 and you can get GameStop with the risk being the VWAP here, that's not too bad because it's $3 away from its bottom and $1 away from VWAP. And I would imagine if AMC were to break those lows, GameStop could come with it for a short trade. For now, we're just going to work with Zila. And I'm still in half of that Snpx as well. It still has a chance to break. Now it's going sideways, so it looks like that could be done. But Zila just made another turn at 87. I'm in front of 83. I'm in front of 82. I'll get in front of 81 and 80 as well as that starts to come off. It's still very bullish, as you can see on the chart. But it got a little bit too parabolic, and that was the reason for the reversal trade.
Okay, I was waiting at 68. We can do it again. So I ran out of patience. I don't mind. Someone said it's been a hard day to look for good setups. I kind of agree, which is why I'm sitting here with Robinhood still. I was really happy with the AMD setup. I was really happy with the Microsoft setup as well. That broke there. We took it. And then the Microsoft trade was great as well for us, getting the short and then getting out and then not reversing long. But I didn't like the long down here. I was actually thinking we were going to collapse. But right now you're starting to break up higher. We do have the rebalance coming over. A space is at $10, Steve Martin? We'll have a look at that. I don't know. We'll look at it. What does he say? Neil Roberts, space over 10. Oh, asking if it's going to be over.
Will it get to 10?
Let's have a quick look. So anyways, I just reloaded on Hood, and we were waiting for the 66 area, but I don't know if that's going to come through, so I'll take a premature short, and then we do have our target out. So if it does come back up and break 75, the high of the day, a little bit more than that, then we will get out of Robinhood. What's been a great trade for me today, Robinhood. Just waited for the setup again, waited for it to give us the top, and then we took the exact top there, averaged into it actually, took one there, got out, still didn't mind it, took took it again, and then that was the cash money there. So, all right, space. So let's have a quick...
I should be in this stock right now short. It's inexcusable.
Short, okay, so
look
let's
at the
do it.
last time it was at 984 is the high of the day. The last time I was at this price, I was short at 980 and it dropped all the way. And the next couple of days was at 740. Look at this 15-minute chart. Yeah, so do I think it's getting to $10? That probably answers your question. I don't think it's going to 10. It turned at 980, which was a previous resistance. It then put in a lower high here and then flushed into VWAP. If it gets off the bounce here and makes any kind of a bounce, I think I want to be fading it into that 985. Forget about $10. I think that 980 to 985 level, that's going to be the key one. When in doubt, zoom out, right? And the second I see that, and on top of that, like, I don't even have to, all I know is on the day that it traded at that price, even if I didn't see this, like if I would eliminate this part of the chart, even if I didn't see this action here where I was shorting the same price level in front of 10, I'd know, well, I like to short for some reason there, and it comes back to retest that level. So it's a level on the chart. It was a good short, so it worked out previously. It also was a pretty good price area just above it for a failed breakout. So a lot of things conspiring against Virgin Galactic getting past $10 today. Doesn't mean it can't happen in this relief rally, because that's what's happening to beat up names. They're catching a relief rally. But at the end of the day, a lot of these names, let's be honest here, a few will break out like DWAC, but a lot of them are just short retracement plays in the afternoon. Not everything runs right into the close, guys, and that's why I went to the short side on Zila. There were longs to be had today, but guess what? That feels like it's a little bit done. It could still break to the high, but we're going to get the retracement that we wanted. Just got some shares out at 83. I'm on the bid in front of 82. This one going to plan. Hopefully Virgin Galactic goes up 20 cents so I can do the same thing.
Yeah, we just did this. I think it's a trap. It's a trap. Yeah, it's a drop. So
where's the Akbar one? That's what it was.
Is there? Oh, yeah, that's right.
There was one with
did
actually
have a new one there.
Instead of me, it was
Like,
Admiral Akbar, and I like that.
You know what? I'm just going to clear this right now. I'm going to clear this cash because honestly, I don't know what's going on right now with this. So I'm just going to clear this quickly because I really like to look at some data here for Apple. So let's just go apply, and then maybe if we refresh it, we'll go to the 1 minute, give this a second to try to load. Apple today only up, down 0.38. My mistake there. A little negative sign in front of that. Yeah, wow. Okay, so the NASDAQ's up, Apple down. That's a little bit surprising, but again, it's been pretty heated up the last little while. And again, man, I don't know, these charts, we'll have to clear them one more time. But if we can get Apple down here like 172, we're a little ways away from this, 172.50. It's just yesterday we had this monster move into the close. Maybe we can show you on AMD. Hopefully that'll work. Yesterday, so here it is. So here's the move into the close. About right now, right? It was 320. It just kept going. And then at 350, we had a nice little bump up as well, creating some upside moves here. So we'll see what happens with the imbalances coming through. But AMD, a nice one to the long side yesterday. We hit it today, back and forth. Good long there, not much here. But other than that, AMD, a nice stock. Just not a great one here today. I cannot believe Robinhood is not moving. Brennan, is there a name that you have for us?
Just looking at this BFRI, Biofrontera, low float runner from way back when. This thing went all the way up to 14, 15 bucks going back a few months ago. Popped up this morning, remember, on some positive data for a drug trial they're working on. Holding up here nicely. Might be something for tomorrow. Maybe not today. Needs a little bit of volume, but BFRI still holding up 22% on the day.
One way or another, BFRI is something for tomorrow. I'm going to point out, I always do this, right? Like, when you get a spike up, just try to find these historical prices. Look what happened when this stock broke 440 just back here in the middle of January. You had this push, it made a bounce off 4. It then tried to break out the same level the next day after bouncing off 4. It tried to break out at 440 and hard rejection of that 440 level. So support, break, failed break to the upside, and then absolute tankage. So what level does it go to today? Any guesses? Yeah, that's right. It just tried to go through 440. As long as that's in play, then I'm going to be watching BFRI tomorrow. If we gap down $1 from here, I mean, there's not much you can do about it, but that hasn't happened just yet. DWAC, by the way, still at the top end of this range, man. Maybe it's going to go. There's still 25 minutes till imbalances come out, or just less than that. So there's plenty of time for there to still be another breakout trade here. So that 83.25, I'd kind of written it off when we broke down at 81, but at this point,
wrote it off sounds right.
I know, right? Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
English teacher would have.
This
fun.
is a
Mr. Cadam, I'm sorry. So if we break 83 quarters, the high of the day right now, 83.07. I want to see it definitively go through before taking the breakout, though.
All of our English teachers are probably dead by now.
Adam was young.
I shouldn't say that, but
These
who knows?
jokes, man.
Who knows? Okay, so yeah, Neil and I obviously went to the same high school as well. So
you can't tell.
if you can't tell that, but okay, so I like Facebook. Can we get that earnings board, Brendan, when you get a second? Unfortunately, I got to fix this. I didn't realize Facebook reported. I didn't even. I guess we just zoomed by it. Zoom. I don't think Zoom reports, but I think we just zoomed by that there earlier on in the morning, and I missed that Facebook does report because that is going to change things here for me a little bit. I want to take this break. Unfortunately, I got to clean up these wicks again, but I don't mind a 318 break, the high of the day. So the high of the day is 318. We're hovering around it right now. The futures are thinking about taking out day's high, or we're right at day's high anyways, despite the pre-market levels. So we're back to day's high here. We do have a rally coming maybe on the close, similar to what we did yesterday. I know Google, some of these other names there today. Yeah, I don't, can we call that? Oh, there it is. We had the board up right now. So I don't know, Goldman, who's been pretty reliable here.
I thought they were later.
Maybe can we check if we're missing Facebook? But I don't think so. I really like.
I thought they were later in the week, but
yeah. But for me, AbbVie's been a monster for me. We will talk a little bit more. So MicroStrategy, that's MVI.
It's the second, guys. It's aftermarket.
Okay, aftermarket.
So this is for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it'll be on the board tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Tomorrow.
Right. Okay. So there we are. So Sam Goldman there. Thanks, Brendan, for coming up with that, just to make sure that we're on the same page. So it doesn't really affect my trade either way. I just wanted to know that what to expect here, because sometimes into earnings stocks will do funny things upon options and things like that. People start to make plays and so on and so forth. So I'm going to take the shot here on this, and then I'm going to respect this level as well. So it's 75 cents worth of risk coming through. If we do take this trade here on Facebook, we'll risk 75 cents and see what's going down. So that's that trade for me.
I was gonna update this, and I remembered I had this key. So remember Snpx, they did get a couple of outs here on the break at 10, and then it just it put in resistance at 10.10 here, and the second that happened twice, we're gonna put the stop out in. Look, if it doesn't want to, it was going sideways, so giving it more room didn't make a heck of a lot of sense. So I am out of it. Flush ourselves down the toilet. One of the reasons why I always want to scalp a breakdown trade is the risk to reward is cleaner when you get a trade off of a level, especially when you're going counter trend. When you're taking a breakout or a breakdown, there's a time factor to it as well. And to me, you always have to be willing to adjust those on the fly. Brendan's got oh my goodness, why didn't I trade this?
Fun. Having fun. There's so many. Back to day highs here, guys, or close to it anyways. This, what is that, 56.75. Trying to act as resistance. Gets above that, though. It could have a bit of a move here for fun.
I think this one's going to be a fade in front of 60. You're not getting there today. That's the deal offer price, and that's because spreads have been big. There's no way, there's no other way around. The spread on every single recent acquisition that I can think of that's been over $1 billion has been wider than you would expect, and this isn't the firm deal just yet. So, I look at this as an opportunity tomorrow to be of a fade. Right now, 57.50 is that high of the day, and the volume is good, not great. So I don't know if there's going to be a trade in the last 25 minutes here. I wouldn't rule out that you could see a bit of an imbalance on it, although that's probably unlikely for this name. DWAC is just continuing. Look at this consolidation. It keeps on coiling up. At this point, you just want it to make its move before 4. It's great for everybody else that trades after 4 o'clock when you get those moves. But certainly, it's just coiling up to get released and have a break. And it can go in either direction. It's either you're going to pop down to VWAP or it's going to break out and send you to 85.
So I got to take this off because we've already taken one piece out, 40 cents right there for Facebook. Man, we're on one today, guys. We've been on one for a while, but there's Facebook, a nice little move upside. So if you just want to scalp out, and again, trade your own book, right? I'll just tell you right now, this is not 1,000 shares. If it was, I'd take the $500 right now. It's 50 cents in the money. You take that and you put that in your pipe and smoke it all night long. But right now, Facebook continues its march to the high side. This looks like it's going to be a good trade for us. We picked this on purpose. We talked about the market ripping here into the close, and we're just learning from yesterday, right? It ripped up yesterday. Here's 60 cents for you in 1 minute. minute. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about, right? Like, this is the education. This is the stuff that we're talking about. So it's just like, there it is, Facebook straight to the upside right here off that. I'm going to clean this up. What time was this? This is how we do it on our system, 2:38. So I just go into here. I find 2:38. So 2:38. Yeah, look at this low, 3:06. No, 3:16.50 or 3:16. I guess 30. It has to match. We'll push OK. Oops. I don't think. Yes, we got rid of that one. Now we got to get rid of this one here. That is 109. So I got to go in here, edit this out. 109. I'm just showing it to you. I think this is kind of like a feature actually of Day Trade the World software, is the fact that you can. Yes, sir. Okay, I see you, Facebook, right now. Man, are we topping off our day right now? What a rip upside, man. Up to 319. We just took this. This is $1 worth of a win right now for Facebook as it keeps on going to the upside. We did get short Robinhood. Screw you, Robinhood. Right now, Facebook to the upside just touches 319. I'm going to put another offer right there. If we can get that, we said 75 cents, we'd take it. So why not take 90, Mr. Wickens?
That is amazing. The Kathy Wood buy program still on, apparently, on Hood. Day highs. IMMX, recent high flyer here, back to the upside today, up 15.2%. Just had a big sell order there, back through some support from earlier on, but still 15% for this one again.
Just got crushed through $5. Good look on that. This is like now the fourth time that DWAC has gone to the top and failed to break out, but each time it's still a higher low. And I want to keep the stop in there as long as I possibly can. We will, at some point, if it doesn't go, I have to cancel the stop order. And actually, I just cleaned up my stop orders. I had a lucid stop from this morning, which is a little bit sloppy by me because we got out of that trade a long time ago. I'm still on the bid of Vinco, so I should come back to this. It does look like it's going sideways, so I'm probably going to just actually cancel that order. Again, with 25 minutes left, stick to what is moving. DWAC is moving. Zila is moving. IMMX would have been interesting if I had seen it at that $5 level. I think if we play that tomorrow, we're going to be looking at that same $5. And I don't think we're done with that SNPX, but it has to do something, either break towards that high of the day in the next couple of minutes, or it's going to be another tomorrow play. It just has to be DWAC. I don't really see anything. The market's starting to run here, and I feel like with us taking out highs and this really coiling up, this has to be the one for the breakout. I mean, sit around for the best possible trade. And NASDAQ, by the way, what I mean by coiling up, like this is the NASDAQ at the high. Like triple top on the NASDAQ trying to get through the highs. The ES is already gone, so it's like join the party here with the NQ, which could happen. Even if imbalances come to the buy side, that could actually be a pretty spicy trade too.
Yeah. We are definitely, and here comes Hood, like, mamma mia, what is going on here today? Robinhood comes right back down, man. It touches our 75. We should have been a little more patient and taken that trade up here. That was going to be our out, but it touches our out and drops. So we will take a little piece out, un petit peu, not a big one there. So we'll wait for that on Hood. I still have 90% of the position. Just took a piece out for flat there. Well, it was 1 cent in the money. That's going to be absolutely nothing. Obviously, we're waiting for some retracements back here to 60. And honestly, man, I'm not like proud to take a 60 on this one, but if it comes back down to this level, I will, because hey, man, a win is a win at this point, especially when we're long on Facebook. And yeah, Sam, you get the credit for talking about it, but good trade there for Facebook to the upside. Thanks, Sam, for bringing that one up. I love Facebook. I think this is your winner of 2022. This is, I'm big into it. I think that their earnings report is going to be absolutely monstrous. So that comes tomorrow after market. Super excited about our boy FB right now on that one. So let's wait to see what happens. That's about it, man. I'm not looking for anything else. Facebook just continues to rip upside. XOM, what a great monster day. Here you go, Sam. You want to talk about energy? You always do. XOM, congratulations. I'm still long this name, but not by very much. A good trade. I did buy the equivalent in Canada of XLE the other day. And XLE, what I bought was ZEO. It's up 2.5% and just got 52-week highs. Here it is. You guys want to know it. Sam, you're in Toronto, so we'll talk about this quickly. I did buy some ZEO, and I believe we tweeted this one out as well, getting some more oil as now Facebook now $1 into the money. You can see this is ZEO. Again, let me tell you exactly what it is. It's Bank of Montreal, I believe. Yeah, equal weight oil and gas index. So right here, we just got this at 50 the other day down here last week. Now it's touching 52-week highs of $54. So this is a nice dividend payer. And and a nice one here. You can find many of these, but I just picked it. It's a 3% div. It's oil and gas. It's here on the TSX. So me likey a lot. And we also like Facebook, as that is ripping people's faces off to the upside. Let's go FB, baby.
If you wait, it'll eventually come. And do we decide these are working?
Oh, we did. Oh, we did. They got them working.
Oh,
What's our
okay.
like count like?
I don't know why I hit that. I don't know why I hit that one, but DWAC finally breaks out that 83 level. So there you go. Like, you wait patiently for it. We got 20 minutes for it to continue to run. I scalped the first part out, but now I want to see if we can get to 85. Like we talked about this on the higher time frame. You get to that 85 level, maybe even 86, and we'll see how far it can go. Maybe the extension happens at 4 o'clock. We'll see. We're racing against the clock as well. Like, it's not just how far can it go before it turns. If it turns at 85, that's too obvious a level for me not to take the profit out. But there's also 4 o'clock, which is also looming. So it's this. It's Zila. We knew these would be the two we'd go for. I don't know if you threw the like one back up there, but
I don't know if they can do like.
Oh yeah, it's broken, so we can't do it. We'll manually be able to check that. But if we get any kind of resistance at 85, I want to get out of the last of this trade on DWAC. So far, so good on the breakout.
So we broke it. So one time, this is what I mean by having nice things. I really love that like thing. So let's go back to traditional methods right now. 1.1K, 4,000 watching. You guys, even if you're watching on a mobile, just please hit the like. We do this all for free, and I want to give a big thank you to Elena, I believe it was, here on the chat. And unfortunately, I got to scroll up because I didn't pause it when she said, here it is right here. Thank you for the nice words as well. You have checked so many channels. None are good. They said 10 minutes selling. And then we here obviously don't sell a damn thing. So, we don't even have anything to sell except for our souls to the market. So, if
I like my soul. What?
Yeah, exactly. But I sell it every day that I sit down here. So, anyways, thanks for that. Thanks for all the likes. And that's all we're asking for. Please hit the like button. And, your trades will definitely be better if you do that. Wow, okay. Market puking right now. What's up, B?
Yeah, a few things making day highs. The market coming off a little bit. Just saw this one as well. A little pharmaceutical or biotech, I should say. ORMP having quite the day. New day highs right now through 1050 there on volume for ORMP.
We did it again.
460. I did say if it rejects at 85, I got to look for a bit of an exit. So we'll try to get out this one in that 84 range. And again, it's just about wanting to make sure you bank the winner. It's also 340 at this time of day. So you're going to take the easy money when it gives it to you there. And then, just go back to the drawing board for the next trade.
What's my name, Robin Hood? Say it, Robin Hood, as we go to the downside right here. Bang. There it is, man. A good trade here on Robinhood. We talked about that. We told you patience is key. Patience is key. We did that on Robinhood before. And down goes the market here off Twitter. And then here it is right here. Let's check back on this poll here quick time as we could see. So 174 votes. Ooh, it's getting close. We'll put this poll up one more time if you have not voted. It's about to expire. I think I only put it for 2 hours. So this thing will expire roughly at 4 o'clock, 4:30 right now. Are you canceling Prime if they announce $10 more a month? Not a year. Neil corrected me on that one. So is that something that you guys are looking forward to here as well? And then look what we talked about before. Be patient with hoods. Patient, patient, patient. We waited to give it the top, and then we waited one more time. So this is before, right? One trade, and then look what we just did right now on Robinhood. There it is again, and we just cashed them out at 56. We're actually holding half of it. Why not put another bid out if we can get it here at 57, and then just watch that climb, hopefully back downside there on Robinhood, and the rest is going to be history. And Facebook, just to double check on that one. Okay, so it kind of battled back right here. Let's see if we get that bounce off here. Let's cancel this trade on Facebook. I was going to get back out at 318.80 here if we did come back up where we did before. But I think now it looks like we're bouncing here. So good news coming off that bounce for the NASDAQ. If we had tanked that, we would have been in a lot more trouble. But so far, so good on this one. What's up, B?
Another one we were talking about on the earnings board there, GM guys just popping back up, trying to get back to day highs. 54 problem on the daily chart over here. It tagged it twice. So GM looking good into their report.
They're not alone because GM, also AMD just popping, not to fresh highs, but it did break the I guess the morning range high, like it got through this 116.30 area here. But this, it sold off right at the open, rolling over off a cliff. Still up 1.5% is another good chip name, but rallying pretty strongly. Watch out for those imbalances when they come through. I mean, we have 10 minutes until the imbalances are going to hit. I took another leg out in Zila, but we are racing against the clock, so you can have all the targets in the world. But you have to be patient. We gave this one some room. It pulled back 87 to 82, but looks like it might not go any further than that. So very, very bullish chart on Zila. Like this might, look, if this holds and we can actually see an open above 80 cents, maybe it makes that run to 93 or even $1. But today it stalled at 87. We're able to get that top. And guess what's back to $17 and trying valiantly to get off the bottom, and that would be AMC. There's a seller here. Every time it gets to 17, it's reversed. Maybe it has one last breakout in it, although I wouldn't essentially bet too strongly on it. I think DWAC is going to be the next one to go. It feels like we might have gotten shaken out of that 83 break. It's going to be a winner. But it put the shake on right when the futures made that reversal. So the run to 85, it just feels like the bigger moves when they're this late in the day and this high come at 4 p.m. So I don't think we're going to be dip buying. It's much too late in the day for that. But DWAC, great runner this afternoon, played it in both directions.
I see a lot of people talking about MVIS, and I'll bite on it.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to bite on it because they are reporting
Okay, fine.
tomorrow, so that's why I'm biting. And I do notice that MVIS used to be crazy, deals with Apple, everything, and I have no idea. I thought they even had to deal with Google for something as well. But anyways, this is Microvision, not MicroStrategy. They're the Bitcoin company. But again, look at how beat down this name is. This is like Clover 2.0, PaySafe, anything. They're all look like this is the worst though, because you were at $30 and now you're at $3. At least PaySafe only went to 12 or something. But anyways, I just wonder, are we going to get blown out here? So let's do this right now. MVIS. What is the shortable detail here? 20% short. Watch out. This is a good candidate for a swing trading. This could get blown out tomorrow. Even if they miss, guys, like the shorts could cover this. It's down. They get a nice bump over the last couple of days. But at the same time, this is just, we don't know. There's lots of companies that miss, that have huge short floats that just tank the next day. But this is not horrible. 20%. We do know this is a name that can get social media, they can get squeezed, exactly. So there could be a social media bump on MVIS. We know about that. So this could be a name that if you're spicy about it, we could get a move tomorrow on MVIS. So I actually can stamp this for the long. I mean, I think that if you take it here and you have a $3 out, as long as it doesn't open up below $3, you should be fine with a 45-cent, 50-cent worth of risk. So MVIS tomorrow, in case it's something special, I do like that for a swing trade. You guys always ask about it, and I do like Facebook for a swing trade, knowing that they're coming with earnings. But I am talking on my own book a little bit here, and it's not because I own Facebook shares. It's just like I really think that they are going to be something special this year. So that's my call for Facebook, and it all starts today and starts tomorrow with earnings. So we'll wait to see aftermarket tomorrow with Facebook, but I do really like them.
And I just want to show the level 2 here. Someone messing around with Zila here, 85s. You can see these little stacked like 24,000 bids, and then a couple, couple tenths of cents, same nonsense happening here on the bid. Because it's 345, I'd be covering to get out of this anyways, but I took another leg out. I don't need that pushing it right back towards the high and then breaking back out. So I'm going to get some more shares out. The start of our target range was 85 anyways. But if those bids drop, I think it can flush to the downside. But you see that on level 2, and then you have to pay attention to it. So 5 minutes ago, imbalances should come out. I think you're looking at the chip space. I think you're looking at, I'm looking at DWAC just because it's at that high of the day, but I think you're looking at the chip space. I think you're looking, big tech, we're not really going to ever be trading Alphabet. I think after 4 o'clock, that would get a little bit more interesting. But AMD, that's a big bellwether for some of these chip names.
Big bellwether, yeah, to say the least there for AMD. So we did a good job here, I feel like, with Robinhood today, and we're almost out. I'm not going to give this one, again, we're short at 68. Break 70, we gone on Robinhood. I'm not even going to give it to the high of the day. What's the point? We're out of 70% of this trade. So our last trade there, we got out of it, 70%. The majority of them right here. The majority, I guess, my biggest one was at 60 for sure, as that's where the 50 period is. And then we're able to cash out of 10, 20, 30% more. So you're looking at it like we're out of 70%, and this was 50% of that. So 10 out there, 10 out there, 50 or 30 out there, and then 40, 50, 60, whatever the math was that I just said was out. We'll wait for the imbalances to come out. Yesterday they were pretty huge. We'll see what happens today. I am very, very close just to getting out of Facebook. It's at its day high. It's ripped here. And I mean, look, we were short here on Facebook. Like, this is short, 317.50. Out, 316.20. This is $1.20 here on Facebook on the short. And then we rip this thing to the long side. So, and again, this is what the People's Trader does. We switch it up, man. It doesn't matter. As long as things are lining up, we're sitting here ready to take out some of these levels. So that's what we're doing. And we're waiting for Robinhood, and we're waiting for Facebook, and more importantly, we're waiting for 3 more minutes to get these imbalances. And if you're saying, what are we talking about? It will, I got to do this again. Every day I got to activate this, and I got to, like,
it's weird.
It already says
it doesn't save it.
Hide matching rows. Okay, like, it's crazy.
New version probably.
But yeah, the new version's out. So these are all from 9:30, you can see. So they're stale. Palantir was a buy, et cetera, et cetera. At 9:50, all of these will update. And if you get like Apple buy million, Microsoft buy million, or whatever, or sells, the stock will react to this. So if you're joining us for the first time, again, it's free. If this is not a reason to hit the like button, then I think we're missing something. But who else is going to show you market data imbalances? You find me, tweet it at me, and I will send you a free hoodie. If you can find me a live show that will show you those imbalances, and it's going to come out of Brendan's pocket. So, yeah, we did not discuss this, but
Brent.
yeah, Brendan makes the most money, so he will be doing that for you.
I think he affords to have a nice haircut every day.
This is when we should go to Brendan, and he's just like this. I can't even see him, but Brendan?
Huh?
Did you hear what I said?
See?
No.
No, he did not. Yeah, so there you go. So good job.
Brendan. He heard.
He heard.
I just
felt like he would have been like, no.
What?
I said.
He heard.
I don't even remember what I said. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was that if anybody else, listen, Brendan, if there's any other show that shows live market on close or open imbalances, and they can prove it, that we will send them a hoodie.
Well, not we,
because we'll send it, but Brendan will pay for it. So that's what I.
Sure. Yeah. Done.
Boom.
Done.
See, there you go. It's like fine.
All right, teamwork. I was thinking he was going to say no, but we're just playing around with that. We split all the money, so no, just playing around. I don't know who makes what. But here we go to the upside right now for Facebook. I like the market imbalances. And again, yeah, someone's going to make a live show. That's a good one. Make a live show to show them. But
you go through all that trouble for the hoodie, more power to you. That means you must really like that hoodie. No breakout happening on DWAC. DWAC just rolls over once again. I'm done with trying the short. We tried it earlier. We did get a small win on it. It was only a win to the long side, and it's too late to jump into that off the high. With 30 seconds to the imbalances, I don't think DWAC will have one. But definitely a possibility for AMD and some of the big tech.
Okay, so let's just get ready to rock and roll here as the imbalances are coming out. I'm just playing around with those. Don't go out and search for it. We should do more giveaways. We're looking into the legalities of some of those giveaways, but I don't know where we are with that, actually. But okay, so right now, Facebook ripping into the imbalances. Let's go. We have the 1 minute up right now. Let's call these imbalances up because I can't just talk about them and not show them. Here we go right now. Buy. What do we have on here? As there goes Facebook. Facebook to the upside. Ooh, I shouldn't cover those up. My bad. Apple with the buy, 1 million shares on that one. And there goes Apple. Just for this information, already worth the price of admission, guys.
Look at Ocugen.
Ocugen. Yeah, Ocugen's right here as well.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, 1.6 billion. Oh, by the way, guys, how does CFVI taste? We take it out at the high of the day. Oh, someone asked, how do you buy merchandise? You have to go to our YouTube page. Normally this is a Ms. V thing. Go to our YouTube page. Merchandise is up there. So thank you so much for everything as we watch Facebook continue to rip up 1350. Maybe we just take this out. Today is a good day.
And I was mentioning Ocugen because it's also on the imbalance locator there. It actually was, why is this not sorting by size? That's a little bit weird. Here it is. At 1.6 million shares here for Ocugen, which is only a $3 stock now, by the way. I actually didn't realize that. You're going to see it instantly spike to the top end of the range. And two things you can do. If you're fast enough, which most people aren't, you try to catch a breakout long, or if you anticipate there could be an imbalance, you can bracket something like this. And then if you get the long position, you just confirm whether it's actually in your favor, and then try and ride the long side of the trade. I wouldn't do it in this case because it was right into the high of the day where you could just be playing a fade in the other direction. So that's Ocugen. And again, because it's a $4 stock, it has to be $1 million. Like something like this stock, if it ain't over $1 million, it's not even remotely significant. So like $1 million on oxygen actually isn't even that much, but it's done 10 on the day, so over 10% is not that bad. You get $1 million on Apple or some of those, it's a little bit more significant.
Actually, Apple did have $1 million there, so good look on that one. Yeah, not a whole heck of a lot to talk about right now as we get ready to go into the imbalances. We are excited for tomorrow's earnings, starting off with AMD. Wow, nice job, AMD, all the way to the upside there. Anyone that's bought at a Hyundai is liking life right now, 16% in 2 days. AMD looking to take some out. I wouldn't swing really any of these stocks, to be honest with you. No. I have no idea where they're going to come out with their report. AMD's just been oh, of course, there's my charts. What's up, Rob? Let's go for the likes. Yeah, so apparently the like is working. So let's do that right now. We'll ask for some likes. What's the, 1400. Can we get that to 1600? If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. It's been a great day trading. I hope you've been able to make some money along with us. The only thing is now I'm obsessed with looking at that.
Now you just stare at it.
You know, it's like 1444, 47, 54. I don't know if we're going to get to 1600 if we just sit here and look at it, but thank you so much for that. And hopefully we got this working now.
Looks good now.
Yeah, looks really good
1500 about to happen.
1500 there, bang! 1500 right there. So we'll go DAP. Can we? We can do the animations.
Did it break
with
it?
The likes up.
No, there we go.
Wow,
well done, guys.
Get this
by the
man
way,
a raise.
On the fly while switching the show, giving you all the camera looks, getting the new camera look. Great, fixing that in real time. There's that new camera look.
Like I said, get this man a raise. Get this man a damn raise. And I have no idea who to give the raise to, but Rob, Lucas would be great. Prad can get a raise too. Yeah, you can get a raise anytime. Just up
let them have their moment, man.
Yeah.
Guys like me, we hear you, Prad. We see you, bro. Just worry about dyeing your hair. That's the only thing you need to be focused on, is picking out a shade of blonde. That's all you need to worry about, dude.
I just want to say something else too, because Prad just asked for a raise. But the point, what I was going to get at here is the same thing that Arun talked about, and I think it's a very key point. And I think that, all joking aside, you know, the idea here about trading is that you develop a plan and a strategy. And then once you develop that strategy, we basically give ourselves a raise, because what you can do is, once you've figured it out, you know, in day trading, you are in charge. It's you eat what you kill. So if a strategy is working out for you, then I suggest to every single person here on our chat, watching our show, give yourself a raise. Just if you're doing well, you know, I don't want to say deposit more money, but you know, maybe up your shares on strategies that you're liking. You know, if you like the trades that Neil takes or I'm taking, or some of the setups that we're giving, have a look at them, rewatch it back, and you know, give yourselves another trade. There it is. Thank you so much, Nick, as well. We normally cover super chats a little bit more.
Thank you,
Miss V, we're kind of lost here, but
he's given a couple. Nick's given a couple of donations specifically for the dye to be bought. I actually don't know what it costs.
Thank you, Nick.
So you know, hopefully
I think it costs like $30. I don't.
$30 to dye hair. I guess I have no clue, but
no, that's on the low side.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but I wouldn't know this kind of a thing. I did do it once in university, but that was a long time ago. So by the way, this side shot, that camera, it's really cool. It moves up and down by itself. But now out of the corner of my eye, I just keep catching movement, and there's no person there.
There's 1,600 likes, by the way.
I know.
There we go.
The counter.
I like that.
It's effective.
And Robin Hood right now, we were able to capture some more profits on this one as it just falls right back down and get printed again. We'll hold one in case there is a crazy flush coming out, but we are getting very, very close to the end of the show, so I'm happy with this at 355. Oh, we just got an update, so let's show the live imbalances again. The PCG. Live market imbalances, PCG on there.
Yuck.
Whatever happened to that one? That was the
Lawsuits.
old oil. Yeah, exactly. Or electricity, sorry. In California, PCG pipelines, I believe, or electricity, sorry. Keep saying oil. SoFi with a nice little bid there. What is SoFi doing? Where's SoFi? I just saw it on there. There it is. Let's see what SoFi is doing right here. Not on the 20-minute. Ooh, SoFi catching a bid with a nice little move up to 13.25. Wow. Good job today for SoFi in what they're doing. I'm going to get out of Facebook, just top it off with Facebook rocketing up my board today. What another great day here for trading on these big NASDAQ names. Facebook, one of my top, I mean, it's going to be like number 4 right now, as today's been a good one, man. Short, cashed out $1.30, and now we're in the money $1.30 on this trade. So let's get out of Facebook and just start cleaning it up. Neil and I flat at the end of every day.
Yeah, exactly. With 4 minutes to go here, of course, you know, Miss V's not here, but on the bell, I'm going to assume maybe we'll get Tony to do it again. I forgot to grab one of those
I mean,
candies.
who do you guys want on the bell?
Hey, you let us know who you want.
Where's Randy?
He
at?
still has all those candies. I should have grabbed one of those.
Let me guess, Randy's working really hard, so I guess he probably can't
He
come
might
on
have
the
left
bell.
already. I haven't seen Randy.
He might have left already. Yeah,
I haven't
exactly.
seen Randy all afternoon, actually, now that I thought about it.
I thought I just saw him there out of the corner. Maybe that was Mark. But, if Randy, if you are around, come ring the bell.
By the way, that desk, we were joking around about how quickly Mark would get it done. I feel like we could be sitting there, in like the next couple of days.
Yeah, Mark has
Tuesday.
made said call about that. So we'll see if
You guys, it's hard. You can't see on that shot, but it's exactly the same desk.
Yeah, it's not really.
Any guesses on what will eventually happen? Brendan?
One more time, let's get you caught up on what is to come for earnings tonight. That is tonight and tomorrow. And if you're wondering, if I just go like this, there we go. No, that was a fail. There it is. There it is. That tomorrow, right there. So we'll go back to today.
Yeah, let's do today first.
And then that's tomorrow. So today.
Don't confuse
Stop
tomorrow.
it.
You're
Today,
confusing
tomorrow.
people,
Today.
Brendan.
Okay, I quit. That's it. I can't even. I don't even know what's happening right now. Okay, so put it on.
Put
today.
it back to.
What is happening here? We have to understand something too. It's not all Brendan's fault. Like that computer over there, I think was like made in like 1984.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. When I filled in for Brendan, I was having all kinds of trouble with that PC. Like it hates me. That computer, it doesn't like me. Whatever. We made it work.
We'll have to talk to Sparky.
He does yeoman's work in a horrible chair with that PC. AMD, by the way, went all the way to the high of the day going into earnings. So we have 2 minutes until the close. AMD still running. It just didn't
Randy
stop.
is in the
Randy
building.
Is still here.
So
There he is.
I vote for Randy and Mark to ring it, but I don't know what Mark's situation is.
Show off
on that one.
The cut.
Yeah, he domed it up again there. Yeah, look at.
Well, I'm talking about, man. Even less than me.
Yo, watch out, bro.
We know you have no blonde.
Yo.
All great.
All right. All right.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah. I just want to talk quickly because PayPal is going to report this is another beatdown name. We'll see what happens. I'm really super excited. If this thing can take out the 50 period tomorrow on this, that's fantastic. PayPal on its march back to 200. I believe PayPal settles somewhere in here over the next couple months, 220, 230. I know that's a big call. Like, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It all happens tomorrow. Like, if the report is garbage, then we have no choice. But if we can get back up to 190-ish tomorrow, which isn't that far up, like 7-8% from here, we get into here, and then the next step after that is much, much higher. So, yeah, Rob, you just organized that. I'm not going to figure out that anymore for the bell. What's up to Henry?
Tony's on the bell.
Oh, Tony's on the bell. Okay. everyone's favorite bell ringer, Tony.
He's there. He's going.
Palantir with a little drop, but then a nice little pop, up 4%.
Oh,
Shout out to you,
favorite.
Henry, as well. But we are out of everything. I have no more positions. And so far, so good. Facebook, again, right back where we got it out. So bang, bang. I hope you had a great day, guys.
Yeah, and DWAC just faded again off that high. It's still in the top end of the range at 83.50. Still has a shot to maybe make a 4 o'clock move, but just pull back in. Going to be watching AMD. Obviously, they're reporting after market, so going to watch these ones going into the close. All the imbalances paired off, including that PG&E, PCG, which is the company PG&E. Tony's locked and loaded. He's ready to go on the bell. He's going to dance it off. I don't know. He has some good
He's going to do
moves.
something.
He has something. There he is. He was dancing it off, but the camera wasn't on him. See, there you go.
Yo, can you do the moonwalk, Tony? Let's see the moonwalk. Try. Okay, it's gonna be okay. He doesn't want to do that. Okay, Neil, we missed it. Oh my God! The
You
running
distracted me
man.
with the
running man is
dancing.
happening. 5, 4, calm
3,
down on the
2,
running
and
man.
ring it.
We don't even have the camera. There it is. The market is now closed. Tony is slowly, and I'm glad that Okay, Tony, that's enough, bro. Yeah. Okay. What exactly is happening at that desk, by the way? Like, are those candies actually full of sugar?
I had one of those. So it can't be that crazy.
That was great. People loving Tony on the chat right now. But you know what? I think, and I don't want to take all the credit, but I really think we've made a star. A new star is born, and I am super glad that he is on our side. Trust me. Tony is not a man you want to meet in a dark alley. This guy will mess you up. Okay, Brendan, how did we finish up?
Nice rebound there late in the day, guys. Back to positive and then some. Here we go. 0.7, almost there for the S&P. The Dow leading the way, 0.83. 0.6 for the NASDAQ, a full percent for the TSX. So nice bounces, as we said, right across the board. Ethereum leading the way for cryptocurrencies, guys.
I can't even control the chat here. Like, the chat is like Tony for president, Tony for prime minister, Tony for everything. Tony, the ladies' man.
Yeah, we don't have a president here, but so.
Yeah.
If we did.
I am now. Well, no,
we
but
did.
I mean, these people are. Anyway.
Of course.
Okay, Tony, very, very nice. People loving that one. So, hey, look, it's been a fantastic day today once again. If anything comes out here, we'll give it to you. I'm not seeing anything early.
Not yet.
But nothing come out. Maybe AMD. I just saw AMD
It just
spike,
moved a little bit.
A
but
little bit. AMD just
numbers
spiking
out.
down to 116. I don't see numbers out. I don't believe that's it. So, okay, let's quickly wrap this up. The trade of the day is going to be Neil with AMC. Both of us traded it today, and Neil reviewed it great. So watch out for that. That's coming in a minute or so as soon as we are done. As per usual, we cannot stop without saying a big thank you to Miss Maggie for all her work, to Lucas, to Rob. Great work on the cameras today. A lot of cool shots today as well. So there it is. That was Maggie with the peace sign. That was kind of cool. Thank you
Randy
to
with a
Randy.
power drill.
Oh God, he's got the power drill. And thanks for like getting what? Oh, that's Pratt. Yo, come on, man. All right, Randy, thank you so much for that. There's Pratt again with the peace signs. What's up? Yeah, buddy, get ready for that blonde hair as he get ready for that. Shout out to Arun. I don't know if Arun is there either, but Arun gown. So yeah, Arun just has, he has boulders to move out of his way. So he's going to go do that. There's the trading floor. There's the guys
Atlas
working
Shrug.
one more time.
At the room.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Neil, for a great show. Thank you to Brendan over there. And well wishes to Ms. V, as we are now day 2 without Ms. V, and she's killing it in Russia, I'm sure. I'm going to message her.
We missed her, though.
I'm going to message her. Let's get some pictures, man. Wouldn't mind seeing some pictures
Oh, she'll have pictures.
of her there. So very, very good. Really happy. Thank you so much, guys, for joining again. You want to say anything there, Brendan? Looks like
I was just going to say MicroStrategies, EA out, just waiting on GM, but nothing big yet.
MVIS out, okay, not moving
No,
right now.
MSTR.
MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
did the
This
same
is
thing.
the Bitcoin monsters here. They're just buying they're taking all of your money and just buying tons of Bitcoin. So MSTR,
Look
thank
at
you
the
so much. Not
spread.
moving again, it looks like, with a lot of spread. Thank you for watching. It's 4:03. We're back tomorrow. Lots of earnings, lots of fun. Hit the like button. Tomorrow, Pratt goes blonde. See you, everybody.
Bye, guys.